Good to go? All right, it is the final edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. This is it.
How you feel?
I think I feel okay. Do you think over under a half 0.5 people crying
On the show today?
Yeah.
I didn't know how this grid of fans tells me it's going to be high.
Yeah.
Over.
You think
is
you're taking
what
the
it's
over?
telling me. I don't know, but I also might just jump on and be like, hey, how do you shit?
And isn't that the beauty of this podcast? Like,
yeah, it could go one way or the other. It could.
we might not end up talking about anything. Just end up talking about poop. Who knows? I don't know. That's kind of the beauty. The gift and the curse of this show is that it is that kind of show where I wonder what it's like from a fan point of view, because vast majority of the time it was jokes and fucking around and having fun. But if you were tuning in on a random episode thinking, oh, this is my pooping podcast, and then I don't know, there's times I'm talking about my divorce or your mental health or the scandals and the drama, you never really know what you were gonna get when you tune into the show.
I know, right? 15 years in, we're done. It's over. We can finally wrap up what this show was about. Don't have a clue.
No idea.
We can look back and be like, all right, we talked about. Let's think. What was it about? I don't.
It's the Seinfeld of podcasts. It's also a little bit like if you have two quarterbacks, you have none. It's like if you talk about everything on your podcast, you talk about nothing on your podcast, and that's always been.
I think it was. Sorry, I didn't get this out. I started taking a sip of water, which, by the way, I'm not going to pee the whole episode today.
Yeah. John peed. We're recording this a little early. It's a little after 10 o'clock. He peed at 9:55 and then 10:15, which in and of itself is crazy.
Dude.
And now we're going to try to make it an hour and a half, and I will take... I'll take action on that. You are going to the bathroom.
Yeah, but it might be in that bottle. And I think that counts as staying on the show.
The final act is you actually show how you pee. We don't talk about it. We just do it.
But what I was gonna say is I think that was the beauty of the show, in that it's. I would honestly I'm oh, I don't know what it's about. The show is just about us. It's just about our lives. That was.
Yeah,
it's just
I know.
a running diary.
And for better or worse, it was. From a business point of view and a sales point of view and a promotion point of view and distribution, all the logistical stuff, it was probably a mess. Salespeople always said they didn't know how to pitch it, and what category should we be in, and what should our the name and the titles be, all that stuff. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. And as much as it is a running diary of our lives, I at least hope it didn't come across as a self-centered thing where it's just oh, those guys are just sitting there talking about themselves, because I feel what it is our lives, but so relatable to so many people that it's a shared experience. Than,
It's any kind of storytelling. It's technically it's about our lives, but really it's about pretty vague life.
It's the royal hour.
Our
lives. It is funny to find out. And this is something I learned on the internet in general, but then very much through this podcast as well. We're all the same people.
Yeah.
We all have, even down to the little quirky things about how do you go to the bathroom, or do you pour the milk in or the chocolate first, or those dumb things are what fuels humankind.
Dude, there are...
That's all we talk about.
I've said it on the show before. I strongly... It's one of the strongest things I believe in, is the psychological... I don't know if it's a theory or if it's just fact, honestly, but that there are 16 kinds of people.
Oh, is that a thing?
There's 16 kinds of people.
I maybe would take the under on that.
You go through it and you're yep. And
that's one. Yeah.
I know that type. I know that guy. And you go, yeah, there aren't really many more.
You take 8 billion people, split them up into 16 groups, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'd be funny though if I'm sure that has changed over the years, or is this all time?
I think this is. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I don't know the real.
I wonder if with technology and the evolution of society and people, if all of a sudden they some scientific group could be new person dropped.
Yeah.
17. We got it. We got a new group of people.
It's all
let's see, the Myers-Briggs. Oh, I've heard of the Myers-Briggs.
Yeah, I've heard of Myers-Briggs too. Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, dude, I'm fucking smart.
Yeah, you're so smart, bro. This is basically we're the modern day philosophers, bro. You're like a doctor. You're like a scientist. Can you pull up that chart? Because to me, it just looks like a whole bunch of letters. But, man, just the woat to ever do it on Google, bro.
I'm doing this at an angle right now.
An angle.
Oh,
That's why you don't know how to use the most popular search engine of all time.
Oh my!
What are you doing? What are you doing?
This thing's a disaster.
Why are you in like the Finder though? Can't you just open up the picture?
No.
Because when I clicked on it, it brought me to a bad place.
I would say like, all right, we'll clean this up in the edit. Leave it all in, because that's another thing about this show is that it is just from day 1 to day 5,000. It's just been cobbled together. It's been a ride of producers and hosts and styles and content that is just like, if you listen to, there's probably like 4 or 5. I think we actually said maybe if you wanted to like 8 distinct eras of the show, and they're all very different. Like if you just listen to a couple episodes from the beginning and a couple episodes in the middle and a couple episodes at the end, you'd be like, those are different shows.
Yeah. Oh God.
Those are different.
Which like Dan
hosts.
addressed too. Dan like kind of touched on it. And we all talked about it a little bit. We're like, yeah, we pivoted a lot.
Yeah. Out of pivots.
You gotta pivot. Out of pivots.
Now it's
pivot's fun too.
Pivoting to a new thing. This chart is actually way more. It's very wordy.
It's a pretty in detail thing. You're like, oh yeah, there are about 16 kinds of people.
But that's I think we have like reached all 16 in this show.
Yeah,
like there's been something for everybody. And it's funny because like I remember I think there's kind of like a 3-legged stool of being a content creator, if you will. It's like, and I think relatability is one of the big ones.
Yeah,
I think there's like relatability, like informational, like educational, like I'm giving you something, you know what I mean? And then just like sheer talent, funniness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think those are the 3, you have some more than others, but you got to have like a little bit of all.
Like the fucking QB, or not even QB, it's like anyone in the draft does it.
Yes, you move this, and it kind of changes, And I think relatability is probably our greatest strength. And it's weird that, so what I was going to say is when I started, I felt that because it was like, especially when I was still working a regular job and living a regular life, it was like I am like you guys.
Yeah.
Truly, I can talk about my 9 to 5, and I'm in the cubes, and I have a boss, and I'm broke, and I'm living with my friends, and all that stuff. And then, but much like when people almost get worried about like, oh, if I get sober, I won't be funny or something like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, do we lose that relatability when you get some money, or when this becomes a 10,000 square foot building instead of working out of your apartment, or you get wife and kids, you get older, all that stuff. And it just it was a good lesson in that like relatability ages with you and your audience. I guess if we wanted to stay very young, we probably lost our relatability. But with our audience, I think we always stayed relatable because they were doing that transition with us. And maybe not. I mean, listen, not everyone ended up working at a big media company or making a certain amount of money. But throughout it all, we stay relatable, even despite those changes.
I would think so.
Yeah. I hope so.
Stayed white. With our audience, that means we're batting 100%, baby.
Man, I will say, it's been very hard for me to try to like make a list or a Mount Rushmore or something of like, these are the funniest moments, these are the best things, whatever. I will say that one time that the business people try to tell us that 20% of our audience was black is way up there. That's a moment.
You guys got a largest black audience in Barstool Sports. Really?
Are you sure about that? I will say that I think Action Bronson has had more legs and more like moment than I realized. Like everyone's been talking about that, and we've mentioned it a few times. And
dude, what did I watch last night where I saw him? He's in a movie last night playing a tough guy, and I was like, fucking 12 hours ago, I talked about how I had to fight this guy. It's caught stealing, which I turned off 10 minutes in because I knew I was gonna fucking love it, and I just didn't have time to fully watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like in the first 10 minutes of caught stealing.
Yeah.
It's like they were casting this guy as like a mob boss or a gangster or a henchman. And we were like, who would win in a fight? But like that one almost surprised me that I was like, oh wow, people like really remember that and really like that and really laugh about that and talk about that. So some things, I knew were a big deal, and other things like jumped out at me as like, oh wow. But that one might be a deeper cut that it's probably funnier to us than other people because we lived it. But yeah, we sat down once with our sales team, and it was like a PowerPoint deck, like a presentation, like presenting us, like here's what we're going to present to brands and sponsors, and it had all of our demographics and everything, and they said that 21% of our audience was black, and the jokes that were flying that day, people were like,
21? I thought it was 13.
No, it was 21 because I remember people going, do you mean 21 people?
Yeah,
like there's 21 black people total that listen to this? And I also remember leading up to that, I loved all the other stats. It was like high net worth, disposable income, educated, and I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, well, now I have to throw all of these out because that's clearly not true. But, shout out to the OBS, the original Black Stoolies. There's a few of those guys out there that are like some of our most diehard supporters.
I used to party with the boys in Newport a little bit.
That's right. Yeah. So, from frat boys to like moms to probably now like grandmas and grandpas. There's probably like some young grandma and grandpas.
Yeah, right? Probably. Like I guess statistically speaking,
the amount of people like it's just such a long amount of time that when people are like, I started watching when I was 15 and now I have like a wife and kids. That's crazy. And so probably very few, but like early on, we probably had some like 45-year-olds tuning in.
Yeah,
and we're now 60 and like
now we're dead. Nah, we got some guys who died for sure.
Definitely
along the way.
That's actually a funny.
We got some people who died of old age.
That might be my new barometer for like, can you even like? Do you even belong in the conversation with me? Have any of your fans died?
Yeah.
Like not and not tragically of old age. Have you had a big enough demo that you have old listeners and then been around long enough that they have died of old age? Because we have, motherfucker.
I think so, right?
I would
probably
hope.
Not a lot.
I put it this way. I would hope so.
A handful of people who were like.
It would probably be a little bit tragic.
Yeah,
like I don't think we had like an 85-year-old who started listening when they were 60.
Yeah, like
I doubt that.
You probably had someone in their 50s.
Yeah,
like
and then it's like, oh, he died like a little early.
Yeah, but like, they're like, yeah, he was fucking treated his body, like what I mean?
Yeah,
right?
he was our kind of.
He's like, you saw how he used to eat. Right? Put on 5 pounds every Thanksgiving. You don't work it off. It's 50 pounds in 10 years. Look what happens.
I hope sincerely that some of our viewers have died of old age.
Yeah.
I really mean that.
Dude, by the way, I don't know why me just saying that made me think of Rico Bosco.
I was about to say that was very Rico.
You
put on 5 pounds every Thanksgiving.
I was trying to do like a little Italian fucking
you nailed it. I was going to say Rico Bosco.
And that probably is stuck in my head because I took the train with Rico yesterday to the holiday party. Mm-hmm. Rico was doing a bit for the entire car.
Rico's been doing a bit for his entire life,
Like
John.
he was yelling it like to the point where we were like, he's doing a routine for the whole car. Like it was I've never seen anything like it.
What was he saying?
He's talking about fucking guys, empty suits who are gonna be at the Christmas party ducking me all the time. He goes, I got him, I'm gonna get him in the corner this time.
Well, and at least I saw Jack McCarthy's tweet. He's like, rumor has it that Rico has cornered the sales team and like won't let him go. Did he do that?
No, I didn't see that, but that's what he was talking about on the way down.
I just ran into him now. He goes, yo, when did bars in New York stop closing at 4 a.m.? And I got mixed up. I was like, it's always been 4 a.m. He's like, no, they don't close at 4 a.m. anymore. Now it's 2 a.m. And the rest of the gang was like, it was a Wednesday night, dude. Like, they just shut it down early. It's not like a Friday or Saturday. He's like, nah, even in Staten Island, they don't do that anymore. I'm like, good.
Every
we
bar doesn't stay open until 4 a.m. every night.
Right. It's like you could if they need to or want to, but they don't have to. But death in New York. So, where are we at? I guess we'll do some reminiscing, but we have some clips and some voicemails. We've been doing. I think we actually really nailed the appropriate amount of farewell.
Yeah.
I think we've said it all. Probably have some sentimental moments now, but I'm done. Like I got it all out. I think another episode of us just being like, so we're ending would be too much, and anything less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have got it all out. But it looks like
I think you're pretty right.
Yeah.
I actually agree with that. Yeah. There was the proper time. A month worked.
And in KFC Radio, classic KFC Radio fashion, I had grander visions of it, bringing back all these guests and maybe doing some more formal stuff. Like we always used to try to plan segments and bits, and then we just fall back into like you and me talking.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. Like I would have loved to like fly Burt Kreischer in and have Chris Stefano in and some of our big A-list return or send a voicemail or whatever. And but it's kind of appropriate that in the end it's like I'm happy we got Dan back in here. I wanted to get Asa in. I tried my hardest, but it wasn't in the cards. But other than that, I'm happy that it's just us down to the very
Asa
end.
probably officially declined when she saw Nate's clip.
That's a little. I mean, I guess I had chemistry with her. I don't know how you felt. I felt like I had chemistry with her. I don't know if it like totally clicked on the show, but I also think
I felt like I had great chemistry.
Okay.
Not great
Okay, I didn't want
chemistry,
to speak
but like,
for you, but like, yeah.
I certainly.
That's why we did it in the first place. Was I had just interviewed her on Mail Time, and it was like a fire episode, and everyone loved it. Also because she's a super hot legendary porn star.
Yeah.
Which again, I think I like to think that we were ahead of the curve on quite a few things. And I remember doing that show with Asa, and it was probably more from like the haters who were always looking for something to nitpick or hate on us for. But there was a decent amount of people be like, this is like so crass, and like you're just talking about sex and all that stuff. And then like, I don't know, a few years later, max, like a couple years later, that is like what took over the fucking internet. Now
I don't even remember that being that sexual. I obviously have no idea, but like it wasn't
was
like
kind of
we
a KFC
have
radio knock in general. It was like, but to me, it was like we talk about everything, and sex is going to be in there, and there are still people out there who like clutch their pearls every time we made like a sex joke. To me, I almost think it's weirder if you can't. Like, I can joke about it because I just think it's like a part of life. If that jumps out at you and you're like, whoa, what is that? Or like, oh, one way or the other. If you love it so much or you hate it so much, like, I think you have a weird thing with sex.
We certainly talked about sex, but I'd never considered us like a sex podcast. I understand how having Asa here on the show makes people think that.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the show, I don't think it wasn't like, yo,
welcome to our sex podcast.
Let's fucking talk about getting our dick sucked.
Yeah.
Asa, you fucking love getting fucked in the ass. What's that like?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right. But looking at, just like the Call Her Daddy revolution and like, having a like sex positive female on a podcast is like the fucking blueprint. And, we were a little ahead of the curve. And I that felt very Marty McFly at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance when he plays Johnny B. Good. And he's like, you guys aren't ready for this, but your kids are going to love it. That was Asa on KFC Radio. They're just searching Gape right now for the clips.
I got this one a lot.
Sex podcast.
I got this one a lot. Everyone wants to watch a Gape Gloves
when
again.
your producers are searching through content with the word Gape, maybe we are a sex podcast. John.
Dude.
Look at my face.
We talked about porn sometimes. We watched porn.
Right, it just is. But here's the thing: you search for Gape. We look at my face, and Mike Adriano is in the fucking subtitles. We might have been a little too deep on that one. Do we have the Agape gloves? There they are.
That's a miracle they lasted that long.
That's great, dude. The Agape gloves. Yeah, like that was one of my favorite parts of the sex stuff, though. When we did do sex stuff,
Tough to get on.
Like
Tight hole.
when we would do, especially with like a YP or Frankie, and people start throwing around names and terms and stuff, and there was always kind of like the half of the audience who was like, yeah, like my favorite was the kink.com castle.
Why am I doing this?
I don't know. Putting your fat sausage fingers into lady gloves is not worth it, dude. But you remember the kink.com castle?
I do remember that, yeah.
And
worth it. Now I'm done. I had to get him on camera for a second.
but the amount of people who were like, it was sort of like, if you know that castle, we're cool. And if you don't, you're a little too vanilla for me. And there was always those moments, whether it was a name or a picture, or in this case, the term oh man, like if you talk to someone from, I don't know, I was gonna say like the 1800s, but probably up until like 2010, the word Gape is not sexualized at all, and still for a lot of people it's probably not. But for the people on this side of the tracks, it's like that word means one thing and one thing only.
It's yeah. Yeah.
I always think of that from a girl point of view. If like a girl's watching porn, and they're just like. It's just so funny to me that they're probably sitting there thinking, like, these guys just want to see our assholes really open. Like, what the fuck? It's just crazy. Oh, my God.
Can I close the doors?
Anyway, roll the clip. We're off the tracks.
Olivia Munn and Chris Pine were putting tongues in sphincters before Mike Adriano had Gape Gloves.
There are people out there who are not understanding the reference.
Here we
So
go.
we're gonna have to explain to them
let's
that it's a pair of fucking gardening gloves, basically, that girls have to wear because he oils them up so much.
Hey, let's have a conversation. If you need gloves to open your butthole, too much oil. You think he sells them on the website? Find out.
What?
Mike Adriano has a Reddit, and this is from 1 year ago. Someone posted in the Reddit, anyone know where to buy Mike's Gape Gloves? And there's one reply, and it says, ask your mom.
That's great stuff.
That's great podcasting, bro.
Ask your mom.
You know what? I am happy about this ending. And I've been saying this for years. I sound like a broken record. You guys are probably gonna laugh at me because here we are still doing it. But I am starting to really think like my kids are getting to the age where they might come across some of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not worried about them going back and listening. We've always talked about that when people are like, this is gonna last forever. It's like I guarantee my children are not going into the Apple Library podcast annals and finding this. But a clip or something on social or a friend, like it could happen, you know? And so there are times where I'm like, you know, I probably should really stop with some of the overtly like inappropriate stuff. But so like this is a good time.
Yeah.
You know? Get it all out, done. My next endeavor can be a little more appropriate, I guess. But for the last one, we got to be talking, you know, holes and fluids. The NFL is in full swing. The NFL brings tears to my eyes. That's why I look like I've been crying. The NFL is in full swing. Tailgates, pack stands, and the buzz before kickoff. But getting in is a nightmare where you have lines and price jumps and getting logged out, pinwheeling mid-click, and then the inventory's gone. You can't buy the ticket. All you want to do is just be there, have a beer in your hand, you know, and experience sports, experience live entertainment. And that's what the Gametime app gives you. The advantage, they give it back to fans by being a hack to unlock amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Gametime guarantee means that you can trust you'll get in 100% of the time with authentic tickets, get in on time at the best price possible. Fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. And here in New York, whether you're doing the Knicks just won the NBA Cup. They'll be back in the Garden. We'll not be hanging a banner, the correct move, but you can still come to the Garden, watch the Knicks play. We got all sorts of comedy bands. Anything specific?
We got all kinds. Obviously, Knicks 76ers tomorrow, Vikings Giants, Duke basketball at Texas Tech.
Ooh.
Which I think
Big one for the Hanks
certainly
and the Marty
seems like
Bushes
it's
of the world.
technically going to be at MSG. Yeah. We got Heat, Knicks, Canucks, Islanders, all kinds of stuff. You know, it's New
Favorite
York City.
bands, your favorite comics, UFC, whatever
Sabres,
it may be.
Devils, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Christmas coming up. Yep, gotta go see TSO.
Gotta go see that. Go see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, courtesy of Gametime. They take the guesswork out of buying any sort of ticket. So download the Gametime app, create an account, and then use code KFC for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code KFC for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. This is your last chance to get Aura frames for the holidays. If you have waited this long, you are already a bad son or daughter or lover or whatever child. Get Aura frames for the holidays and give the gift of family. Instead of just buying some other junk or another piece of clothing that someone doesn't need, give them the gift of memories and the gift of love by Aura digital frame, where all it does is cycle through all the pictures and videos of you and your family. You can connect it to your phone. It's a beautiful, nice frame. Looks like an old school picture, but instead of just one picture, it's all of your photos from your family and your life. It's great for grandparents who don't get to see their kids, long distance relationships. Anytime anybody wants to see loved ones in a modern yet stylish way, Aura Frames is the answer. The gift box is included, so it becomes a nice gift. You can preload the photos before it ships, so whoever opens it has it ready to go. The Aura Frames makes it as easy as possible to get a nice frame and give the gift of loved ones. Right now, you can get $35 off their best-selling frame. It's called the Carver Matte Frame, ranked number 1, and use promo code KFC at checkout. That's Aura Frames, AURA, AURA frames.com. Promo code KFC. Get $35 off their best-selling Carver matte frame when you use KFC at checkout. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, and it all sells out fast. And right now is the last chance you can get them delivered on time. So support the show by mentioning. Well, I guess you don't have to support the show anymore. But use the promo code one last time. Buy it for the holidays. AuraFrames.com. Promo code KFC. Terms and conditions apply.
I feel like next endeavor.
Well, no, I think we should talk next endeavors. I think people are. That's been my main question. I think that you are about to absolutely hit the ground running with
Scene Stealers.
Scene Stealers. Yeah. I think that you are in such an awesome position right now to, still be yourself, but like you found your lane. For all the talk about like you need a niche or you need a focus or specialty, and I think doing acting and which some people just call acting, doing acting. But like acting and doing content around acting, speaking to actors about the craft, and like I hope there's, I think you guys could build out a whole world of you. Maybe just, I would love to see you like break down a scene or like do almost like a 1 Minute Man thing. Be like, here's what this happened. You could do it too from a technical point of view, and like so interviews and creating your own acting content, but also.
We're going to be
the world
insufferable in 6 months.
Yeah, you guys. I might hate you guys soon.
It's not. I don't
but
think it is.
You got some guests lined up right away for Scene Stealers that, like, if that's, I'll leave you to, if you still want to say it or not, but like the first couple guests are like really good guests. And if that's episode 1 and 2, think about what episode 200 and 300 are going to be like. Like, I really think there's a world where one day you're sitting down with, like, you're already sitting down with the best of the best, but like some truly legendary people and doing something that is very focused and like easy to sell, easy to understand, easy to pitch, easy to distribute, all that stuff.
It's easy, not easy to do, but like it is like doing it. We've done one episode. It was like, oh, okay, I get this. Like like we've been saying like a lot of times, like recently, like, oh, once we do it once, like I get it. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be an Out of Order, so go follow the Out of Order network. I'm sure everyone who listens to this show.
Out of Order is gonna be a network. It is a network, but it's gonna be, I think, when it's all said and done, you'll have playlists on your channel and spin-offs and like a show and a skit show and a content show, and then these guys do their own thing. I think that could be its own world within this Barstool world.
That's what we hope. So
yeah.
Please go follow the Out of Order channel if you would like to see more of me. That's where we'll be.
That's actually really exciting.
Yeah,
that's really. I really think that could be very like a package that people get and really love. And I would say if there's one thing that we did miss or lack or needed over the years, it's some of that focused in the right spot.
Yeah,
and it's like very clear what you're doing. And I also really feel like you've so super duper come into your own, and like there was for sure a time early on where it would be like, if I can't make an episode, like we can't do the episode.
Oh God, bro, dude, there was one time you couldn't make it, and I had to interview Hassan Minhaj alone, and I was running up,
I hated
like
that one,
3rd Ave or whatever it was,
because I was at Sirius, right?
And and I was like, I might just keep running. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna go into that fucking building.
Yeah, and like at that time, you know what? I also think that was part of. It was interesting to hear you say last episode that you were like, I didn't like think of this as my job, when it was like, I'm just working at Barstool and like this is a thing that I do.
100%.
And I think that part of that now is like you realize this is your job. I think part of it is just experience. Part of it is age. Part of it is comfortability. Part of it, I think getting sober was a big part of it. I think all of it is, I was like, never like worried, but there was just a time where it was like, I have to direct the show and do the ads and all that stuff. And now like the past few years, it would be like, I can't make it in today, and I have no qualms about it, no worries about it. I hope you felt the same way. Like, yeah, I can totally do this.
I do feel better about being able to do stuff.
Yeah.
But like that, I mean, it's just time and shit like that.
That's what I mean.
Like,
that's.
Do you remember when I used to? I was so self-conscious about doing ad reads. I had to do them in an accent. I wasn't doing that for anybody but me, guys. That was. I feel so weird about this. I gotta pretend I'm someone else.
Oh, Simply Safe, don't you know? Promo code KFC, 15% off.
That wasn't for fucking entertainment value.
Well, that and I get this yelled at me like a decent amount. Welcome. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah.
You guys remember that? When John said welcome 55 times? Welcome.
All right, I'm gonna go pee real quick while we get a break.
Oh, poser.
For real? Get the fuck out.
That's crazy.
That's 3 times in 40 minutes.
He needs another bump.
This man has it's how big that nose is. The nose is so big it just holds. It's how big the nose is and how big the prostate is. Apparently, he's got a nose and prostate problem.
It's such a big deal too.
See, I can't decide. This is where I would just love to like walk a mile in his shoes for a second. How bad does he have to pee right now?
No, he doesn't.
Like I'm like I could pee right now.
I think to the point where he can't focus.
What's that?
I think it's to the point where he can't focus.
That's not possible. But this is what I mean. Like I feel like the second he feels a little like inkling that he could pee, he can't focus. Whereas I think normal people go, I kind of have to pee, but I can power through it for like another 5 hours if need be. Yeah. Imagine going on like a road trip with this kid. It'd be impossible. If you were on like an 8-hour drive with him, it would be a 12-hour drive pulling over every time. I mean, 9:55, 10:15, 10:30.
That's crazy.
That's a problem.
You don't have enough water in you by the time.
I mean, he does drink a shit ton of water, but he didn't in the last 40 minutes. He had a couple sips.
He probably woke up at like 8:30. So in an hour and a half, you have that much water in you.
Imagine if you just had violent diarrhea all this time. Like, there's got to be some sort of. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Full pee.
No way, it's not possible. I'm going to start following you to the bathroom. I said you either have, you have your huge nose fills with so much cocaine and your huge prostate just keeps pushing on your bladder or something. When you have to pee, is it like right now where you like, I would prefer to pee, or you're like, if I don't, I'm going to?
No, that was one where I was like, I'm not going to make it the rest
So
of the
you might as well,
show.
like a
so might as well
preemptive,
just do
proactive
it now.
pee?
Like, I had to pee. It was a full pee. It's 100%. It's like, it's kind of like it's a performance type thing. Because I don't pee the rest. Like I drink as much water as I usually do. I don't pee all day.
So is it nerves?
Yeah, I think it's just nerves.
Still.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Nerves, not the right. You're not nervous.
Nerves aren't the right word, but it's like it's something. It's some
different.
kind of performance anxiety.
That's funny because to me, I think I go.
I'm just realizing that now. Like it's been a problem for a long time. Because I drink as much water. I don't pee at night. I don't pee a lot.
You're just comfortable.
It's just right during recording. I pee 5-7 times.
6, 7. It's right there. It was right there for the thing. I think I'm almost the exact opposite. I think that, and I think I could really probably like sit down and figure this out. I think I have like a psychological thing with recording, because like no matter how crazy my life would get, when I come in here, it's like I'm in a bubble.
Really?
I think I'm almost at my most comfortable, like in life.
Right here?
Yeah.
It's a great spot to be.
It's got to be with like you. Like if I had a guest I haven't had for the first time, I'm a little like, I got to make sure this goes well. It's not like I couldn't go on stage like you do. Like I for sure would have performance anxiety in other ways. But I think when it comes to this show, like
he gave me like the thicker than a bowl of oatmeal look. I think like. Because there were times where I would be like a wreck in real life. And it's probably not a good thing. It's probably like, you're a sociopath and you compartmentalize too much and all that shit. But camera on, mic on, like I go baking into this mode and nothing else matters. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think so. I think they call it like red light syndrome or something like that, where it's like once that's on,
I'm a different person.
But it's also like,
but I'm not. But
that's just work. A lot of people do that. A lot of people go to work and fucking tune out everything else that they have to. But I think there's a
different level when you like it. Like if you can tune out and you're just on your spreadsheet, but you're like, this fucking sucks the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, this is awesome. Maybe it was like almost like everything's going really bad over here, but if I put out like a really good episode, that's like I'm win in the win column. I'm building back up.
I got one W.
Yeah, one to grow on. It's like making your bed in the morning. Like, it'll change your whole day. Yeah. By the way, speaking of like me just giving you the look there, I posted the video of Josh Hart sticking his finger up Jalen Brunson's ass. And I was like, this is NHL behavior, not NBA behavior. And then I just flat out was like, this is white people behavior, And I was just thinking, if throughout our years of KFC Radio, we were a pause type of podcast, we would never be able to get a sentence out.
Never.
Like, we would never be able to finish the show. It would just be constant. It's not even pause. It's because it's like, oh, that was a funny, like, allusion or reference that could be applied to, like, gay and dicks and stuff. It's like we just say it.
Yeah.
It's not even like we just come out and bluntly say that kind of stuff. And the amount of people who still were so uncomfortable and reacted to my video were just like, dude, this, like, don't joke about this. Like, oh, that's just you and your friends. That's weird. And it was so 50-50. There was a bunch of guys being like, you're not friends if you don't do this. If you've never been in a locker room. In a weird way, it's almost like you're the beta guy. You know what I mean? By not sticking your finger in somebody's ass. That means you've never been around, like, blue-collar workers or in a locker room or any of that stuff. Like, you guys are the weird ones. But I can't believe that still had, like, that much of a... People were uncomfortable.
I get, like, I guess I don't really get it. I don't know, like that. Yeah, if I grew up in a locker room, that's a completely normal thing,
Especially hockey, yeah.
But for people, I guess a random thumb up your ass. Like, if you're like, whoa, I wouldn't like that. That's fine. If you find the very act offensive,
yeah,
that's weird.
Like,
what do you care what two teammates are doing?
I mean,
you care what two teammates are doing behind closed doors. What's the new Amazon show?
What?
The heated rivalries. You guys have heard about that?
Yeah.
Just gay guys banging, gay hockey players banging.
Is it like true story?
No, I don't know. I know. From the trailers I've seen, it looks very like fucking romance fantasy novel type deal. But I guess Pat talks about it a lot. I don't know.
It's like really long gay sex scenes. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Really long gay sex
Really
scenes.
long gay. It's like
I mean, hey.
really long. Like, what's
Talking like 11 minutes.
Like, God damn, dude, stop fucking that guy in the ass.
But anyway, let's go back to, like, your next endeavor. I think it's all perfect timing, and it's not a coincidence. I think part of ending the show was that Out of Order's cooking, like Mascots was cooking, stand-up's cooking, like. So it's all happening, at the same time for a reason. But I think you're really primed to just fucking go now, baby.
Maybe, right? Maybe just fucking plummet too.
I know you always say that, but it's like what I always try to do in these spots, because we do have no self-esteem and super insecurity issues and all imposter syndrome and all that shit.
Not that one.
Not imposter syndrome.
Not imposter
Okay.
syndrome.
I think
we're
you do-
talking
I
into
think you-
microphones. We have the qualifications.
Yeah, but I bet. What about when it comes to, like, comedy and acting? Do you feel like you belong and you're in that? Like,
Yeah, because
good.
that I feel
'Cause
more than
I was
anything.
worried you
'Cause-
don't feel that. And I'm
No,
happy
because
to
that,
hear
like,
you
you
do.
get the immediate feedback. Like, I don't know, they're laughing, and
Yeah.
I don't know, that feels good. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
it's pretty easy to feel like, all right, this feels right.
Because I was gonna say, if we were to have, I've said this before, if you were to have a guest on the show, and they said, like, oh, I got my first appearance in Tires, and it was with Vince Vaughn, and then I did Burt Stadium, and we put out our own show and our skits, and you would look at that and be like, oh, you're on your way,
Yeah, for sure. You'd be
know?
like, yeah, that's a good year.
right? But I
Bad
think,
years follow good years sometimes.
Sure. But I think that we would say that about someone else. We would be like, oh, that guy's next. That guy's about to go do big things. So I just hope you feel that way about yourself, because I know, at least for me, I'm always able to see it in other people and not necessarily in myself.
Yeah. I don't know if I know I'm having fun.
That's all that matters, baby.
That's all that matters, right?
It kind of does. It doesn't. You can't just say that for anybody. But I think the theme and the story here that we've been hammering for the last few months is longevity. And once you have the longevity and you're comfortable that you think the longevity will continue, at least in some regard, like you said, there'll be good years and down years, but there's not going to be like it's over years. Once you're comfortable and believe that and know that, and that's a reality, I think it does go to just having fun, because it's like that's when your passion and shit will come through the most. Now, if you're a nobody and you're like, I just really love like talking about this very niche thing that only a few people talk about, that ain't gonna work. But if you've made it and you're big, and then you're like, now I'm gonna do my passion, that's going to come out in your work, and I think make it good, make it successful.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I
fucking hope so too, dude. Shout out to Nick Insider, man. Where's that guy?
I don't know. Is it not Ken Burns? What was the Ken Bone? No, Ken Bone's a different guy too.
Kent Murphy.
Ken Murphy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I think that guy
right?
still pops up occasionally, doesn't he?
Yeah. That guy got a raw deal. Nick, this is like a real deep cut. This was a cup of coffee. Barstool, Indianapolis, but not Pat McAfee. Right? That was Barstool, Indy?
No, it was Barstool, L.A. He was from Indy.
Right. Okay, so we tried to do Barstool, Los Angeles. And why that didn't work was because it was not like a true Los Angeles native. And people were sort of like, this guy is just a comedian from the Midwest who went out to Los Angeles to try to make it big, which is exactly the native experience of Los Angeles. Like, I almost think that people would not want a native Los Angelino or whatever they call them, because that's like not what people are interested about in Los Angeles. They want Hollywood. They want the I'm out here waiting tables. I left home and I'm trying to make it. That is the experience. And also, like 5 minutes after that whole experiment failed, the idea of like comedy and stand-up comedy and not needing to be from your city became Barstool. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
If right now we found out that like I don't know if somebody in Chicago was like from a different, like if people from the Chicago office were like, I'm from Indianapolis and I'm not from here, it wouldn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? It would just be like, yeah, we're all just doing content. Doesn't matter where you come from. Now, whether or not those guys, who was it? It was Nick Insider and who? Who was the other guy?
I know there was another guy, but I don't remember.
I just remember their cartoons from Millmore more than anything.
Yeah.
I hope so too, dude. Anyway, that's for the real deep stoolies. The failed Barstool LA experiment with a couple of guys from Indianapolis. And even like Kent Murphy, like I remember at the time kind of being like, oh, that guy has like a funny sketch character that he has, but that's not going to work here. Like that's not what we do. And now it's like we do all this shit, you know? So sort of like Asa, similar. It's like, you know, the timing really is important. You could be a little too early on things and you look like a weirdo. When 5 minutes later everyone else is doing it, you know? But like I feel like that guy, people like talk about Nick Insider like it's like such a failed weird experiment. It's like it's just a stand-up comedian who moved to Los Angeles. There's 50 billion of them, and the Barstool world was like, "What is this? This concept is so foreign to me." Fucking weirdos. I think I'm at the point where I just realized the vast majority of the Barstool audience hates me. So I'm like, I don't fucking care about you guys anymore. You like me, but Barstool fans do not like me. It's a very funny thing to
Why?
Like. I like the vocal minority, I think.
Yeah.
Like, would be, you know, I used to kind of, like, obviously I would like for everyone to like me. So I'm just at peace with it now. I'm like, yeah. I was talking to a Girls Gotta Eat the other day. I was like, yeah, my fans don't like me. It's a funny thing to say.
I think anyone who makes content on the internet would say that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
My fans don't like
You're
me.
probably right. Yeah. Which is so crazy.
Like, anyone like a content creator. We were talking about this the other day that like I feel like content creating like works in conjunction with fans. Does that make sense? Like if you're a content creator, like it's whether like maybe fans are giving you ideas for like a bit,
sure,
or something like that. Like content creation, like that, like. There's an exchange with the fans.
Yes.
Yeah, give and take. That's what I was looking for.
Right.
And I feel like anyone who's a content creator would go, my fans fucking hate me.
It's just like so crazy. So crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, I got a bunch of fans. Like me? Oh,
no.
no.
My biggest detractors, as a matter of fact. They are the number one problem in my
on
career.
my downfall.
That, to me, almost is a badge of honor, where it's like, I think if you do have fans that like you, you haven't you don't have a big enough pool of people yet, you know?
No,
so it's like
100%.
But it is kind of sad to think it's like we were like this kind of niche thing, and then once I opened it up to the rest of the world, they all hated me.
Like, oh, not interested.
I'm like, was it the Gape Gloves guys? What was that? Where did I go wrong?
He goes, dude, you gotta put these things on. I don't know what these gloves are. These are like, I think these are what they make Chinese finger traps out of.
Yeah, these do feel weird. Yeah, I mean, maybe are these just Gape Gloves?
They feel really weird, right? Like,
I mean, I think that's kind of what these gloves like. I think the whole point is it's a weird material that doesn't get like absorption or whatever. So it's like you can grab someone's
rejects
butt
oil.
cheeks. Yeah.
This is a fabric that rejects oil.
Imagine just being like, there's somebody out there whose like job is like, oh yeah, no, I bought my fourth house because I manufacture these anti-oil porn gloves. Yeah, these are horrible.
They're very uncomfortable.
They feel like they're gonna
off-putting.
like crack when you move them.
Yeah. And then when you pull it, doesn't it feel like a Chinese finger trap?
It does, because it's got like a little bit. When you pull it, it tightens. So it's Chinese finger.
We should both put our dicks in them.
Imagine if we just did something wildly gay for our final act. It's like, you guys have been joking about it. Me and John are going to jerk each other off now.
The last thing that happened on the show is I get my dick caught in a glove.
Scene stealers, out of order, TV shows, stand-up, acting, career is next. Right?
Maybe.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
Sure, we'll see.
Yeah. But
Out of order. Out of order YouTube is what's next. And that's what we're going to put stuff on, and hopefully it goes well from there.
Hey, listen. A lot less competition on YouTube these days. We all win. Some people won more than others with the Netflix deal, and then other people can go, all right, well, that's, maybe come subscribe to me on YouTube instead. I'm like, yo, can I get that? Can I get that YouTube channel? Can we just go switcheroo? I wonder. Actually, I just thought about it now. Like, I don't know what's gonna. Those are. I don't think any. So the Netflix deal was announced across the entire industry. Certain podcasts are now video exclusive to Netflix, and in the Barstool world, it's Chiclets. Part of my take, Ryan Russillo, and so that's obviously a big deal in the media world. And
I can't believe people are upset about that. That's crazy.
I don't agree with it, but I'm not surprised by it.
Like that's like, but like I know it is what like the internet is and stuff like that. But like that to me feels like a very. If you want to keep like credibility as someone who gets angry about things, that's not it. That's not one to die. That's not a hill to die on.
It's also, I know like people are like, it's behind a paywall. It's not. Bro, if you do not have Netflix in America in the year of our Lord 2025, you're not like a human.
Right.
Like I can't. And I'm sure there's a very small group of people who are in unfortunate economic circumstances. I'm not talking about that. Like, yes, there are. I'm sure there's people who can't afford the $9.99 a month. And those people, I guess they can be mad.
They can be
super poor.
But they can't be mad because you can listen to the fucking podcast.
Well, and so the ultimate thing that I was going to say is like, we have evolved, and I think new content should be video first for a long time now. I think video first, and certainly like going forward, if you're starting something, you need to make a video product. It's almost become the opposite. It's like make a video product, strip the audio, put it on Apple and Spotify, and it's almost going to lose some of its luster because you're like referencing things that need to be visual.
Yeah,
but you can go listen if you're in the car or something.
Right.
Whereas initially it was the other way around. This is an audio product that you do listen to in the car. And then the video was sort of like a bonus behind the scenes. Oh, I can just put a face to the name and I can see how they operate and all that sort of shit.
Right.
Now I think it needs to be like a visual show. There's
100%.
clips and video and pictures and all that. But if at its heart, you can enjoy Pardon My Take as it was intended to be created and pretty much at its fullest extent. On audio for free, then like you can't really complain too much.
Yeah, that like I didn't really know. Honestly, I knew people were upset about it, and I made the dumb, I guess, assumption that they were kind of conflating it with like the WB thing, and it was like, oh, I don't know, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just knew that's why people were mad at Netflix. I assumed people were going to stay mad for that reason, and then I heard it was like because some people don't have Netflix, and it was like, oh, okay, come on, guys. Like, again, there are some people who can't, because the unfortunate circumstances of their financial situation can't afford it.
Like I said, if you're a really poor Pardon My Take fan, you can complain.
But you can still listen to the show.
Yeah, you can go listen, and there's probably some like valid discussion to be had. I have no idea how the ads are going to work. I feel like a lot of times when people pay for something and then there's ads, they get mad about it, but that's also happening everywhere too.
Right.
So there's probably some shit with that. There's probably like, I'm thinking about, I really don't watch podcasts on YouTube. I still am an audio like dinosaur, but I would imagine it's a little more natural or like regular for people to pull up YouTube like on their phone as opposed to Netflix on their phone. So maybe that'll be like a transitional thing.
Yeah, you'll have to hit a different app icon it'll be weird for a week, like when you're writing a new check.
Right.
Speaking of being ancient, huh?
Writing a check.
I still write a check. I pay
For
my
what?
rent. I pay my rent every month with a check.
Actually, that's probably still pretty normal, right? Rent checks.
I think so.
Yeah.
I've done it. I think I've always done it. I think I've always done it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sure.
So those are things that are like not a big deal, but they're just like, part of a transition. It's just, I think it's just people get mad when shit is thriving and making money and like you're making business moves and a little bit of change.
I
I'm going through right now.
Like,
Instagram changed the layout of their thing, and I'm like, and then the new iOS update, people are mad about the screenshots and stuff. And in like a week, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it also is, I'm also not going to deny people their week of complaining, because that's how the world works. So be mad about it and talk about how much you love YouTube, and then go watch Pardon My Take on fucking Netflix.
Which you have as an app.
And again, it's not like, if it was like, we're now on like Crackle or one of those.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't have that.
I gotta
don't know
give
that.
like my login
That's different.
info, like some new shit. Like, dude, it's Netflix. Netflix.
I would almost say very, very few instances like Joe Rogan going like Spotify alone for like $100 million. Like that one worked.
But also,
even
I
that,
forgot
like-
that like this has happened before. They're just gonna get mad. The world gets
Yes,
mad every time it's gonna happen.
Yes, and I think there's few instances of where it's like it worked. But even like I think Joe Rogan like felt like when he came back and he was back on YouTube, that was like a win for him. So
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of value in being on YouTube. But my point was going to be any other time I've seen a show go to a network, go exclusive, behind a paywall, it doesn't work. Like I feel like, you know what I mean? But this is not that. It's Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like if
But it's also not going exclusive, not going behind a paywall. You can listen to
still
it
listen
anywhere.
to it. Yeah, right. So I mean, that's the overarching point for sure. But like when someone's like, "We're now on the Wondery network," it's like, "See you never, dude.
Yeah,
I'm never
right.
gonna see you again." And those people might have got a bag, but you are going to fall off. This is not that because it's Netflix. It's everywhere. Everyone has it. It's cool. Like you wanna like if you took a bag from I keep using Wondery. I'm sorry, I don't want to take shots, but like that's just the only one I can think of. You'd be like, I'm getting a fuck ton of money, but we have to go on this network over here. To me, if we were in this opportunity, I'd be like, we're getting a fuck ton of money, and we're like a Netflix thing. You'd be pumped about it. And I'm sure there's some negatives. Like I said, I think there's still the best way to grow and stay relevant. I probably think is YouTube, but they're not in growth mode. They're at like established mode. And I think that I would hope, I'm assuming that Netflix is going to open so many doors where it's like you can sit down with the cast of our shows and you can be all of our Warner Brother IP now that we own. You can be like in a fucking DC movie. You can be on like NBA on TNT, like whatever. I'm sure they're going to open a shit ton of doors. So I think in the end, it'll all be very, very good. And I think most people see this, but even the people who are complaining, I think, will be like, oh, yeah, we were wrong on that one. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe people like end up fucking hating this. It's a new, so they're kind of blazing the trail. We'll find out. I wish we were getting a Netflix back. So my family has been very, very kind, and they were like, "Well, you announced that your show's ending. Like Netflix is not going to buy a show that's ending." I'm like, "That's not why this is." Thank you guys, but stop it. And they kept persisting, And I was like, I appreciate what you're doing, but now it's starting to bother me because
why would we ever get bought by Netflix?
There's a million reasons why not, but they're just trying to be, like, oh no, you would be in there too. I'm like, no, we wouldn't. No, we would not. I would love to have been. I mean, I think if I think that at our peak, what we did, if the show like continued that way, could be worthy of being a part of that plan. But not where we were in recent years when all this negotiating was happening. But it was funny. Like it's like I know what this is like. Your mom tells you're like the most handsome boy in the school. It's like no, listen, the kid who can run the mile really fast, like he's cooler than me. Like like I get it, mom. I know you think I'm the best, but like there's other people out there. But yeah, that's so. Congrats to those guys. I got a very nice text from Biz. Biz was like, I don't know. I don't think he'll care. I'm mentioning this, but he was like, "Thank you," and I was like, "Okay, like I'll take it," but like. You deserve
Biz is
all
the
that,
fucking
bro.
best.
Yeah, he was
He
just
is
like,
the best.
this wouldn't have happened without the work that you guys did to build like the whole network. And I was like, okay, thank you, but no.
Yeah.
Like, and particularly him of all people, like, because Chicklets was RA and Whitney's vision, and they were doing well, but then Biz came in with put a battery in their back and went, boom. So like, if anything, it's like you literally hands on. I think there are some people who came in and kind of took advantage of the Barstool network or used it as a stepping stone and did well and gave back in their own regard, but there was an imbalance there,
For sure.
I would say, if anything, Barstool, the imbalance is the other way with how much business
Indebted to Chicklets as a whole.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
I mean, New Amsterdam and all, like Pink Whitney, all that, like they have really given back as much as they've taken 10 times, I would imagine. So shout out to Biz. It was nice to for him to even send that.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that, even though it was totally unnecessary. All right, let's go. Let's do some clips.
Well, what's your next move?
I think I'm gonna like take a minute. I do want. I think you have a much more ready to go runway, all things planned out, and I didn't want to launch anything kind of at the same time.
Right.
So I think.
But I also this network is staying. Right?
Yeah. So like, my plan is to build out 1 Minute Man into more of like it's very clear that's what has worked for me, and that's what people really know me as, and I think enjoy the most. I wish that there's also part of me that's like, when people are like, what are you going to do next? I'm like, I've already done it, man. I'm doing it. Like I looked at the stats that I got 100 million views in the last 3 months. I'm like, I did it.
That's the craziest thing. That's the crazy thing. Like, what is next?
Yeah.
The fucking
the most popular thing I've ever done is currently happening. You know? It's like, and it's just not, they don't, like, it's not earning money, I guess. And so it doesn't get, like, talked about and, like, the same whatever. But I'm like, like, what more can I? And so, I mean, the real answer I understand is YouTube. Like, at least in this universe, we need to have long form in order to sell the way we sell. I think there's a whole world of like simply putting watermarks on videos. Like, because sometimes I do understand it's like it's short form, it's an ad read trying to wedge into a quick video, it's a quick turnaround, you don't know the topics, all that sort of stuff I get can be a little bit complicated. I don't think it's complicated enough that it shouldn't be sold at all, but I think it's complicated. But I'm like, here's an easy solution. Put the watermark on it, and you get all my views. Right. Like, because sometimes I'll do an ad read, and it's like, oh, that one popped off, but the one I did the ad read for didn't, you know? So this way you get it all. Yeah. And that way, if I could just guarantee you, over the last 90 days, I got 110 million views. That's
it's more than Barstool Sports, I'm sure.
What's up?
I would imagine that's almost more than Barstool Sports.
It's like, I really don't know anybody that's doing it like I'm doing it, at least in terms of my views to follower ratio is like astronomical, I think.
Well, that's the thing where you're like, oh, you're primed to go. Like, I'm not primed for anything. You're primed.
Well, yeah, but in that sense, yes. And that's where I'm like, yeah, this is very clearly what has resonated with people, what a lot of people know me as. And so, it's primed in that sense. It's a little bit, what I'm hoping will be the difference, because I've tried to do 1 Minute Man on YouTube before for like a quick period of time. I didn't really commit to it because there's so many other things going on, and that's also what's going to be nice is ending this is like there's more time to do other things the right way. But also
that is we've always talked about that like even when something's just an hour,
it takes up your whole day.
It takes up the whole day,
bro. On days that I come in, it's
particularly with and maybe maybe it is with every field, but like with creativity. It is like I had to focus on this today.
That's the thing today.
This is the thing for the day.
And I earlier in my career, I can't give too many excuses because there were a time where I was young enough and hungry enough that it was like 5 days a week, multiple interviews, multiple shows, 5 shows at a time. So like I could,
but that was still
more.
Staying in show mode.
Yeah,
where I would get fucked up is when it had to change medium.
Right.
It would be like today we're doing Snapchat stuff, and then you got a blog.
Yeah,
the blogging
and content is tough.
The blog, it was the blogging and something else. Where it was like, I can't do both. It's really fucking hard.
And I could get up earlier and I could stay up later, yes, but also there is a part of me that's just like I'm 40, I have kids, I have a life outside this, and then like so the commute in, the show, like hang out for a little bit afterwards, eat some lunch, powwow, like make some content out there, maybe being on camera for Viewless Stool, whatever, and then it's time to commute back home, and it's like, it's over, you know what I mean? So that'll be nice to have that, and I can focus more on the videos. But when I have tried to do the YouTube long form, I've started a new channel, and it's just, unless you're really famous or really talented or like really inflammatory, starting from zero is like really hard for me. So I'm hoping that I'm going to use the YouTube channel to do some of that 1 Minute Man stuff, and starting with like a 5,000, 10,000 view built in, hopefully, I think will make sales look at it different, the algorithm look at it different. So that hopefully will be a difference maker. It's just very clear that, like, I mean, there's a lot of people I think are kind of being a little bit over the top or exaggerating, but people are like, you could be like the Walter Cronkite of the internet. I think that's silly, but it's like being the news guy on the internet. You know, sometimes I don't want to do like the news, but like being the guy who's just telling you stories and telling you things are happening. So I'm going to do that, and then
I've talked to people who are like, that's the no-brainer.
That's it for sure. And I hope it works in a long form setting for business purposes and just like growth purposes. But there is part of me that's like, why do I have to even like change this? Why can't we just? I mean, when I was posting more on the Barstool channel. Back when they used to sell it, all the ads had to go on the main channel. I did 1 billion views in a year. 1 billion. Yeah. And that's when it was selling. So I was like, here we go. I remember like the first year of 1 Minute Man, I think they sold it for like, I think on the year it made like $2.5 million. And I was like, okay. And then year 2 is going to be like 5. And then by year 10, it's going to be like $50 million. And it was a good lesson that like things don't always just go up. Like your plans don't always work for whatever reason. It's not making money now, so like we got to just figure out a way. It's weird when it's like the content is working, but now we got to like make the business side of it work. So I'm gonna do that, and then also I do still want to do some sort of podcasting. I believe that like short form and video is the future, but I want to still like talk to people. So I'll probably do like a one-on-one interview type series. Be like a little, hopefully like a bootleg Joe Rogan type thing. So those will be two things. But in terms of like launching the new stuff, I think it's smarter for each of us to kind of, especially because I can still go do my, like, come watch me on 1 Minute Man over here.
Yeah.
I'll start to roll it out, but I want you to kind of have your space to do that, and I think you're more ready than I am in that regard. But so kind of what we have already been doing is going to continue.
Right.
and I guess, this was this place that we kind of like did a little debrief or a reaction or a post game to those things basically. And, that part does stink that that's not there. I can understand where fans are maybe going to miss that. But as far as like the crux of who we are as content creators and what we do, that should still be going as long as everything goes to plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, plenty more to still come. And let's get into some reminiscing. Right now, all the craze, it's kind of a craze to take the weight loss medicine and meet your weight loss goals with a little bit of help from the right medication, the GLP-1s. We're talking about Wegovy, we're talking about Ozempic, but it's hard to find. It's hard to find out if you're covered, how to get them. Get approved for them. The logistics are pretty tough, and that's where Ro comes in. Ro has their insurance checker that lets you know if you're covered for GLP-1s, and it's for free. You don't get charged anything for checking. You don't get penalized on anything for checking. You sign up with Ro. They will check your insurance. They come back to you and say, if you're covered, here you go. If you're not covered, here are your options. Here are how much to pay. Here's how you can finally get your hands on them. So if you want to see if you're covered, which is the first step, submit your insurance card at Ro, and they take care of the rest. No paperwork, no hassle, no waiting on hold. You don't have to talk to anybody. Ro's free insurance checker sends you a comprehensive report of your coverage details, and then you can make the decision that's right for your goals. And if you decide to move forward, Ro can help you understand how the GLP-1s work and if they're right for you and your goals, and that's just the beginning of your journey. So right now, go to ro.co/KFCR. That's ro.co/KFCR for a free insurance check to see if you're covered for your GLP-1s. Go to ro.co/safety for boxed warnings and full safety information about GLP-1 medications. Fabletics is offering a VIP membership, which means you could be a part of a crew, part of a family, like the KFC radio family. This family, though, the VIP Fabletics, is one that has high-quality clothing that's comfortable and stylish and performs well at the gym or on the go or when you're traveling. Fabletics is all that athleisure wear that is comfortable and stylish, and you can wear it out. You can lounge in it because it's comfortable, wear it out, and you look good, or you can wear it to the gym or on the plane. Who was that guy who was saying you got to, like, dress well again on the plane?
Sean Duffy,
was.
I believe he's the director. Or he's got a Buttigieg job, I think, right?
So he's like, don't wear your pajamas. He's right, but
Director
you still want to be
Transportation?
comfortable? Wear your Fabletics, the perfect balance, and the VIP membership basically pays for itself. When you sign up, you get everything at a discount of 80%. So you pay a little bit of money up front to become a Fabletics VIP member, but then everything you buy from there on out is 80% discounted. We're talking joggers and zip-ups and shorts and pants, everything you need. And it's all high quality, so like your waistband won't be rolling down, and the joggers will actually keep their shape, and the jackets are warm without being too bulky. And it solves all the usual issues you have with activewear while still being soft and breathable and performance and durable. So they have over 2 million people who have joined the VIP membership, so that means there's a reason why. 2 million people out there getting an 80% discount. You could be 2,000,001. So right now, go to fabletics.com/KFC, and you could sign up to be a VIP member to get 80% off everything. Amazing deals, but right now is the best chance, the time to sign up and get the best deal possible. That's fabletics.com/KFC to sign up as VIP and get 80% off.
We were talking gay stuff earlier. So.
Dog and gay stuff.
This is one of my favorites.
Let me just tell you what his topic says here. Gay guys should do everything.
Give him the keys to the world. Give him the keys to the kingdom. Dude, the place I'm staying at in Jersey Shore, it's owned and operated by 2 gay guys. And every single thing in this house is just
Perfect,
pristine.
immaculate.
Everything I touch, I'm like, God, I wouldn't have got that, but boy, do I love it. I laid in bed the first time, I was like, what a bed. This is just unbelievable. Everything in the house is just perfect.
Yeah, because
It's
they have style and class and money.
But I think even more than that, I think it's just they have
Taste. They
It's not
put
taste.
effort into everything. They take it serious.
passion.
Yeah.
Passion is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
They
Passionate
care.
gays. Happy. They're happy people.
I mean, not wrong. Still applicable.
Those fucking guys sold that house a year later for like 30% fucking. I'm sorry, like a 300% uptick. I don't know how anything sales works, but 300% uptick sounds impressive.
The gays have got it made, man. The worst thing that ever happened to gay people was gay marriage being legalized. It's like now you got to live like the rest of us. Go be like, yeah, we're dating, but like not really, and like we're super happy and we like fucking party and don't have any kids and spend all our money on whatever the fuck we want. Now it's like we're a family unit. We're gonna adopt kids. And we're gonna be miserable like the straights. Fuck that. No, thank you, man. Let's do. I got a decent amount of banana cigarette requests.
Yeah.
Banana
That's
cigarette.
one
huh?
that's kind of a deep cut too. That was very funny. We had merch for that. That's a good
The
Feidelberg
merch
moment.
was great.
Yeah,
No,
the shirt is fire.
Yeah,
no
really
one
cool.
did buy it, but that was one of our coolest shirts ever.
I was out at the bar, and I left the bar for a bit to go grab some cigarettes. And while I was in the 7-Eleven, I also had to buy a bunch of candy. And then I was like, well, I'm trying to be healthy, so I'll get this big bag of candy, and I'll also get a banana. So I'm outside a bar. With doing alternating drags with
Banana and
cigarette, banana. And then at 7-Eleven, they just give you paper bags now. So it's got a paper bag crunched up in the same hand as a banana. And then I'm like...
You went on a cigarette banana break, John?
Someone comes walking across the street. They go, hey, what's up, Fedelberg? Big fan. I'm mid-drag. So I go to correct him, and they go, actually fun.
So great.
I don't want you to think I'm someone else.
Can I tell you? I just told you this one yesterday, I think, but I had a very similar story happen 2 nights ago. I was cleaning out some shit in my apartment and was bringing trash bags to the street that were trash bags filled with blankets and pillows, just like old blankets and pillows that I'm getting rid of. And I put them on the street, and then I was trying to untie the bags so people would see that it's full of blankets and shit. You know, like homeless people go right in front of the trash.
It's not garbage. Get in there. There's some good stuff.
But I was smoking a cigarette, and I was in sweatpants and a hoodie. And so I was fumbling over the trash at 10 p.m., ripping and opening the trash bags on the street. And I was like, people absolutely think I'm the homeless guy right here. I just want homeless people to know that there are blankets in this bag.
I would have loved if you were like, I just want to announce I'm not homeless.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's also a part of our charm is like you dress very well. And I've got some money in the bank, but I also feel like we have our moments where it's like, oh, I'm just a piece of white trash. I wake up in chocolate puddles. I dress like an asshole. Whatever it is, it's like, oh, those are still just regular ass guys.
Yeah, I'm a regular dude. I wake up in chocolate all the time. You know me, man. I'm a regular 37-year-old guy. I pass out in chocolate regularly.
What else we got?
We got
This is fun.
this is a me and Jackie favorite.
You and Jackie favorite?
Yeah, like I don't think
Wait, I don't even want to look at it.
the
I
fans
honestly
probably
can't.
like this came and went for fans. I don't think anyone addressed, but me and Jackie go back and like text about it every once in a while. Remember this story?
Oh, of course. This is a seminal moment in my life. Yeah.
Right underneath my bedroom. And we called him the Bookman because every so often, a few times a week, he would just be going, where the fuck are my books? My books!
Guy screams.
Scream. Where are my books? And like every now and then, you have a girl over and the Bookman goes off. You're like, oh, it's just Bookman, don't worry.
This guy's going to come kill us. Better hurry up then.
Better finish up and have a book ready.
People like that.
Yeah.
Whenever he yells, you guys just started scrambling.
Find the books! Find the books! No, we read that one. He's right. Catcher in the Rye. No, we gave him that last time. Get him the Gatsby. I love Great Gatsby.
You can have a fucking book ready in 45 seconds.
It's not a drill. Find a book.
I wish I could give you guys a visual on just how weird the Bookman situation was, because the apartment building, like,
Just pictured your apartment. Sorry.
no, but you're probably not even picturing it right, because like I hope at least when people think of an apartment, you maybe think of like a doorman or like an elevator building. This was like an old, tiny building to begin with. That even like my apartment was big but like shitty. So even the one we paid for that was an actual place for people to live was like eh. And this was the basement under that. It was not a home at all. It was not meant for humans to live in. I don't think there was any windows. I don't think it was furnished. I don't think it finished at all. It was just like he was living in a cellar. and it was we had a backyard. So our kitchen had a back door that went out to the backyard, and then over here he had steps that went up from his dungeon to the backyard. So every now and then if we're like hanging out in the backyard, we would like hear his door open or like a head pop out, and we'd be like, it's the fucking Bookman. It was so fucking weird. And he was always, if we did catch him when he was not in a book rage, he would just be kind of muttering to himself, just like walking the street, just like almost like Harry from Home Alone, like the Bookman, dude. I still there's a Seinfeld episode about Jerry not returning the book to the library. Remember that?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And that the guy, he's like a very famous actor who plays like the librarian.
Yeah,
like,
it's the guy.
Let me tell you something about that book, man. That guy. So the guys who live with me and that will send that gift back and forth to this day. Still, the Bookman.
What is his fucking name?
He's like legendary.
Yeah,
sure.
no, he was great. He's in Curb. He was in fucking I don't know.
Got a very recognizable voice.
That was
you know what I
funny.
want to say? It's a lot. Well, looking at that video, I'm wearing the Saturdays for the Boys Dipset shirt.
Oh yeah,
Cameron
Yeah.
and Joel's in the American flag. The merch front, man. Like having watched all these clips that we've been reminiscing with, we're almost always wearing something different from like our own lines.
Yeah,
And stuff like I remember
that is true. That is wild.
the quilted hoodies I remember was like a revolution. Like I think that alone, quilted hoodies and sweatpants, I think was like a $1 million or a couple $1 million over the years. Like I remember getting $5,000 bonuses for that like quite often. So that I remember, like the Sherpa was a big deal. I remember those. But then it's just like, oh yeah, that was that hoodie. That one with like the Charlotte Hornets colors, that was ours.
Yeah.
Oh, that like color blocking panel, that was ours. Oh, the cartoon, the this, the that.
That one I'm wearing is remember all the fake jerseys? That was unbelievable.
Wait, I don't know that one. What's that?
That's an AFC Richmond fake jersey. So we'd have like t-shirt jerseys, but like all the fake sports teams in movies.
Oh yes. So
that's from Ted
Dylan
Lasso.
Panthers
That's
and
Ted
stuff like
Lasso's
that.
soccer
Yeah.
team, yeah.
And that is for sure like a young man's game. I feel like I'll still put out like a cozy hoodie here and something like functional there. But I think when you're 40, you're probably not like, hey kids, wear this hoodie, you know. But I think we went on a run there. That was one of the things I was most proud about. We talked about that earlier when we first started the farewell tours. That merch used to just be like novelty shirts. And then we made some like real clothes and seeing how much we made. And like, I was probably very much like a thriving business. Like, I remember thinking, especially with you, I was like, your job, you should just be like a clothing creator. Like, you could stop making content and just do this and probably thrive. So the fact that was like a side hustle that was pulling in a lot of money, and whether you agree or disagree on like the taste of it, maybe you didn't like the style or whatever, it was like a real piece of clothing. You know?
Yeah.
Like I like being able to say that. Like at one point I was like a clothing designer, you know? Shout out
had a lot of jobs.
Rich Franklin was like the designer behind that. We used to go out to his shop in Brooklyn and like, you know, look at samples and colors and all that stuff. It was like a real job, and I think we did it like pretty fucking well for, you know, 20-something bros looking for hoodies and t-shirts and stuff like that. You know, we're not Karl Lagerfeld out here or something like that, but for what we did, we did a good job of that.
You got an update on the Newnan investment?
Yeah, they can still own it.
I think I still own a very expensive piece of property. Is a very funny line.
Apartment building, you're not like out in the wilderness.
No, you live in Newnan County, Atlanta. We got fucking plenty of bears out there. I just like,
Anywhere you're living in an apartment building, you're not like out in the wilderness.
No, you live in Newnan County, Atlanta. We got fucking plenty of bears out there.
How's that investment going, John? Seen any dividends yet?
No, I heard there was a fucking hurricane. I literally don't know if it's standing.
from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, quote, "You could hear it coming. One dead as catastrophic tornado hits south of Atlanta."
45 minutes south.
That there was a time I wish I could remember it now, but there was a time that I had the 45 minutes south of Atlanta with access to both the airport, whatever. I had the pitch in my head at all times.
Up and coming blue collar town. No, I wouldn't even know how to find out how that's doing.
Really? Not even the guy who got you into it. Could you ask him?
I could probably call. I could figure it out. But
wait.
I could figure it out. It is with everything. I can figure out where it is.
But wait, so you bought an apartment?
I gave someone
you invested. So you bought a share of an apartment.
Sure.
And then they rented it.
Apartment building.
Right. So you put in $50,000 to buy $1 million unit, let's say, whatever. That had 5 units in it. And then the idea is they rent it and everybody makes money. Are you do you have auto deposit? Are you
Probably.
Okay. But that, so you
I'm
might
sure,
be making.
Look, I'm sure everything's working as it should. I just don't know what that means.
What I'm not sure of is if you did your part correctly. I'm sure that guy is running a building and taking rent. But do you have did you give him your banking information?
I would think I would.
And he's paying you the money.
I bet I would.
So that either means that it's not making enough to really jump out at you.
I would. Or
are you doing well enough that you could be making money? And you're I didn't even notice that there was an extra $1,000 in there.
Well, I don't ever look at my bank account. Why would I? I haven't looked at my bank account in 5 years, right? Maybe more.
It's funny because I could for sure see a world if I didn't have kids and didn't own a house and all that, I would be the same way.
I know how much money I make. I know how much money I get to spend, and I know it comes every 2 weeks. How much comes every 2 weeks?
You're good to go.
So I just spend about that much until 2 weeks come, and then I get more money.
And you never need to open your bank account for other purposes where you're I'll see my balance. You don't I don't know if you're gonna Zelle some money or something. You don't open.
I'm sure I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's always okay.
That sounds about right. It's never
money.
oh shit or oh shit.
No.
It's always just yeah.
It's about how much money should be there.
I can guess the
yeah,
ballpark.
it's always in a $1,000 range, but you're that's about how much I expect.
It's a real miracle that more people didn't take advantage. After hearing the Newnan story,
I want to point out them sobbing right now.
you crying? Emotional tears or from laughing? Because of Newnan?
Yeah, talk.
You got it. You got to talk. Tell it why. What?
I don't know. It's just
that's what's hitting.
Yeah, I don't know why Newnan did it.
Jackie, whenever John gets talking about his personal finances,
but that is funny though because those are probably the stories that I think will sit with people. I hope that they remember. Of course, you remember the big ones, but I hope some of these little ones, Bookman, these guys liking Bookman, really makes me that was a very personal story. It was a silly thing, and the thought that there's a couple people who talk about that, I love. Whether there's someone tearing up over your dumb investments, or maybe your smart investments, we don't know. But the fact that there wasn't more entrepreneurs or people who needed money or something this guy's a mark. Let's go get him. Get him to buy anything. Bought an apartment in Atlanta. I can get him to fund a restaurant in New York or something.
people found me.
Yeah. People found
did
they? Okay.
I got.
That's very.
I'll be right back.
No. For real?
I mean, it's what time?
Go. This is 4 times in 70 minutes.
Take enough pisses, you start learning how to open the door and not slam it into something. I think
Jackie will do it. She'll. John was I've been peeing so much I've learned how to open the door without hitting it. I was Jackie's gonna do it. And boom.
I was just taking a full piss and was what is going on? On top of the performance thing, everyone's crying. I'm just crying out of my dick.
Got no tears over here.
I genuinely think there's some kind of connection where it's a performance thing. I'm stressed. I don't know.
But the body's we got to get it out somehow, some way.
I'm crying out of my dick.
Or maybe Jackie's pissing out of her eyes. What do we got?
Speaking of findoms,
For sure part of our lore.
let's get some Jackie recaps.
So my Venmo, and he just started sending money. But then But then I was like, all right, what's up? Because then he like started sending more money.
How much money are we talking?
I've made up to 1,000 right now.
1,000 bones. You fucking dirty.
I had to kind of work for a little bit. I will say that.
We'll say that.
We need to work.
I've just had to like text him as if I am a findom. Kind of.
Oh, well, take your phone out.
I've got the receipts. Don't worry. From Jackie. Ha 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 ha. You're so pathetic. He answers. It really makes me so hard when you talk like that. From Jackie. I bet you come so fast when I say that to you. Ha ha. How are you this perfect? Can I come, goddess, or should I wait for your pick? Don't fucking come
Don't
right
fucking
now.
come right now. It's so funny. That's so funny. Don't you fucking come right now.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
With the drink in hand. That was an era, bro. Bro, this is an era of Jackie being out of pocket, John being shit-faced. I was like a social pariah in the news. That studio had some shit going on, man.
Don't even get me started on Jackie's nose.
Oh, that schnoz in there. It's so funny, man.
That was the dark cloud hanging over the studio. Was Jackie's fucking nose blocking the sun?
Dude, I never once when I first met you was like, oh, that girl's pretty, but that nose has got to go. But now that you got your nose done, it's so stark. It's such a difference. It looks so much better. Yeah.
But my voice was sexier back then.
What happened to your voice? Why did it change?
It changes when you get a nose job.
Really? Oh, I guess like air or whatever.
Yeah, I don't really know exactly what it is.
So you
Wait,
lost
play
the
the voice
honker,
again?
but lost your sexy voice.
Yeah. Sending money. But then I was like, all right, what's up? Because then he like started.
You
sending
sound.
more
I mean,
You
I'm
sound
sure.
the same,
I'm
yeah.
sure to you, and you know,
Yeah,
it might sound a little different, but it didn't drastically change. That was a big moment. You know, working with producers is you really got to like click with them for it to really work. You know, and sometimes that kind of sucks because it's just like a personal thing. It's like you could be great editor and vision and all that. It's like I just don't like click with you. You know, so these two, like clicking with these two, I think was so important. And I think a big part for Jackie was when she celebrated that her insurance was going to cover the nose job. I was like, yeah, this is a down ass bitch. Like kind of scheming and scamming the system, pumped that you're gonna get your big nose broken and fixed. Someone's gonna cover it. You were like, yeah. It was pretty early on, but you were still like very like animated. You know, you weren't like, I could see if you were at a new job, just being like texting your friends like, oh my god, I just got the best news, but I'm not gonna like sit in front of these guys. You were like, yo, I got that news. That was great.
Actually wondering what, like, for you two. I think you two are two pretty established Barstool personalities now. What shows do you think you would have worked on?
Good question.
Not here.
Not here. Before I got KFC Radio, I interviewed for Foreplay, and I thought I had Foreplay because I was in South Carolina playing golf.
That
watching
would
a lot
work.
of
I was
golf.
gonna say you're athletic, you're young, you can play
Yeah.
golf. You could have slid right in there.
They did not. I didn't get that gig, and then a day. I thought the like dream was over for working for Barstool, and then a day later, Nick Hamilton called me and asked if he needed some help for KFC Radio, and then like from there on, I was like, I couldn't imagine going anywhere else.
Dude,
Yeah.
Nick is a really good hire. I've said that like 10 times. Like, he's a really good hire.
Let's play. My brother's voicemail mentions all these people, so we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what would your show have been?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know where you would have worked to become who you are.
I don't know if she would have become who she is, but I mean, you could easily work with any of the girl franchises. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like.
I think
But
she
that
would've-
I don't think that,
She wouldn't
maybe
be. She wouldn't be Jackie.
That's what I mean. Maybe I have a poor understanding of like what those shows do, but like I feel like you have this sense of humor that kind of not only would have worked here, but I think here was the right place
Totally.
for you.
And this was like kind of the only like bar because wait, I'm sorry. West Coast, like Barstool wasn't really a thing. Everyone just kind of knew it as like the Instagram account.
Yeah.
So then KFC Radio was only like Barstool I knew. So I don't know if I would have like been.
Well, that's where I do think KFC Radio was a good like little haven for if you weren't gonna like specialize in a sport or whatever. It's just like give us you're tired, you're poor, you're huddled. masses.
We're the fucking misfit island of Barstool Sports,
Yeah,
which is just a
it's
misfit
island
island
of the world. Yeah, and because it's about a little bit of everything, it could be like, yeah, Like, I'll tell a story about my nose and my findom and my dates and all that. Like, if you're on Chicks in the Office and they're just talking pop culture, I don't know if you can ever work in your findom thing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of free reign to do all that. But
it also probably shows my ignorance of other shows. Like, I'm sure they don't just talk about pop culture. I'm sure they have plenty of stories that they're
Totally.
Like, I'm sure every podcast is exactly the fucking same.
Yeah. But speaking of all the producers, I got a very important OG original audio voicemail to play for this
Audio
one.
voicemail.
No video. This is just straight audio.
KFC Feits, longtime listener, definitely first time caller. I just wanted to leave this voicemail to say that I'm really proud of you guys for the show that we started, the show that you guys did for so long, and now the show that's ending because I know that you guys are both going to go on and do incredible things. I also wanted to give a shout out to the production side of things. Obviously, Jackie and Pavs. Shout out Nick Hamilton, Logan Spence, Noah from Chicks in the Office, Tommy Lay. There have been a lot of people that we needed behind the scenes to keep going. Charlie Wisco, all the way back in the day, our first intern. Proud of all those guys. You guys have all gone on to accomplish great things as well. But yeah, again, excited to see where this all goes. Also wanted to say thank you to the fans. It's been really cool to see some people leave comments and, sort of say that, like, they kind of grew up with KFC radio. It was great to have Dan back. So I'm definitely nostalgic about it ending, but again, excited for both of you guys to move on. And I hope that the fans will check out whatever we do next. And thank you guys. It definitely changed my life. I was working in real estate when we started this. I used to have to book conference rooms to set up the recordings, and you guys would Skype in together. And we did a lot of cool stuff, and it's on to new things. Congrats and thank you guys. All right. It's weird to leave a voicemail for the first time after all these years.
That's gonna make me cry. That's gonna make me cry.
Thanks
You
again
say
to
hell
the
yeah?
fans and you guys.
This is gay.
I was going to let you have first word back. Oh, now who's rubbing their eyes like a baby?
To the final word. No, it's a cool thing to be able to do with your family,
Yeah.
Like, you guys have become family, but that's cool. Shit, I think I was gonna get this upset. Have to edit some of this.
No, it all stays in.
That's a cool thing, though. Like, I don't think many people get to do something like that with their brother. It's like, well, that's maybe not true. I don't know. There's family businesses and whatever, but it's cool to do with him, and then it all happened for me because of him. I've never done this. I don't know why I'm crying this much. It sounds like I'm sad, but I'm really not. But it was just like, it was not on my radar. I was just gonna blog, and I think the part of me that is always like trying to do more is because of him. Oof.
Pretty nice to have a good big brother.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what's next?
Is it particularly special? Because, like, I feel like you guys liked this kind of stuff growing up. So, like, it was...
Yeah, well, that's what's funny is, like, I feel like I was into it because of sports radio and that kind of stuff. He was not, like, a Micah the Mad Dog type junkie like I was. He was more, like, into tech, into, like, the social media platforms, whatever was going to be next. So, in that sense, it kind of came together where it was, like...
That's almost exactly what I mean. Like,
yeah, right. Like, what he was telling me to do, like, he was sort of, like... And he wasn't, like, this is a guarantee. He was just, like... You're doing the written word, and I think the next step for you is some sort of, dynamic content. And at that time, it was podcasting. But he was really beating that drum for a while, and I told him this after the fact too, because he's always like he pushed the podcast, then he was pushing TikTok when it was Musically. He was telling me even Twitter. He was the one who set up all the Barstool Twitter accounts. So whether it was a platform, a medium, a style, he was always the one telling me to do it. And I told him that, like, he would tell me to do something for like 6 months, and I would always know it was like correct.
Yeah.
But I would just be like, I'm not gonna do that right now, or like I don't know how to do that, or maybe I don't love that idea. But I was like, always just keep like peppering me, because when they hit, you know. And they probably all would have hit, but there's just like I can't do everything. Like, you know, I remember him telling all the girls like, get on Musical.ly and do TikTok, because it's easy for a girl to lip sync and do that shit. For a guy, it's like that's not gonna work for me.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong. So I just told him like keep knocking down my door with these things, and eventually I'll get around to doing it, or I'll buy into it, or we go. And he just like always kept it up. So there was always, you know, even One Minute Man, like truly everything I've done has at least originated with him saying like, this is probably a pretty good idea to go do that. And then the fact that I did like Mike and the Mad Dog and sports radio was like, yeah, if he was telling me to do something that was totally foreign to me, I don't know if it would have worked. So yeah, it came together really well. And then I remember when Dave was like, I just always assumed, like he said, he would like sneak up to a conference room and set this thing up and then edit it as quick as he could. And I just kind of assumed that was the way it was going to go. We were making like a little bit of money on like shows or the Preem team or whatever, so I was like trying to pay him that way. But I thought, there's no way. That's it, you know?
Yeah,
and then I remember when Dan, actually, I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. Maybe it was just moving to New York.
I think he was moving to New York.
We were just like talking about building things out, and he was sort of like, what about your brother? Dave said that, and I was like, I also, unfortunately, it's probably one of the situations where I would have been more inclined to push for someone who wasn't my family. If it was just like a producer, I'd be like, yo, we got to hire this guy. Like,
yeah.
But when I was like, do I just feel like nepotism? And I'm like pushing him to do it, even though he deserved it for sure.
I totally see what you're saying, yeah.
I never brought it up, but when he did, he was like, I could see something with like the, you know, two Irish brothers, like a brother thing, like as a good storyline. And I was like, oh, that's on the table? Like, fuck yeah, let's go. So, I mean, and I for sure kind of take that for granted now, the fact that, like, you know, I know some people who have siblings who they're like, yeah, they're in my life, but they live across the country, and I don't ever see them, or, like, we don't get along, or whatever it is, you know?
Right.
And the fact that, like, not only do we get along, but, like, we worked together and grew this thing. You know, when we're dead one day, I hope the story is like they built a fucking little podcast empire within the Barstool thing, you know? So I think that's a cool story to be able to reminisce on. And like,
very cool.
Yeah, it's fun. That was another point I was going to make. Brother, sibling. All right, whatever. What else? Let's do some more fun. We'll do a couple more. I mean, there's a lot on this list, and it's hard for me to be like, I don't know which ones to leave off because we can't keep going forever. But
dude, I'm so mad. I saw this one on the list. Yeah. Play it because I did this yesterday with something.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah,
I did too. Fuck, I meant to write it down. It was another one that was really stupid of me.
I might have. I don't think I did, but
also along the same line as ribeye. I never thought of prime rib as the ribs. That was another one.
Oh, yeah.
But shit, there was definitely one that there was definitely one where it was like the word is right in it, and what I'm learning is I will just take like a name of anything at face value and just be like, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Like never think about why it's called that.
Good name.
Well, people don't even know if you're listening. We were talking about how we didn't know that Scarecrows, well, John didn't know that Scarecrows are two Scarecrows. Let's let it rip.
Scarecrows, like, what?
Look at that nose, Jackie.
Why are you afraid of humans?
Yes.
Scarecrows are for crows? Yep, that makes sense. Whoops.
You said it so earnestly.
That's worse than me not knowing that tortilla chips are made out of tortillas. This is embarrassing. This started out as a make fun of Jackie segment. She's been totally vindicated. Her and her mom are brilliant, and you, sir, are the dumbest boy of the day. Watching the wheels spin. Scarecrows are for crows? Oh, yep, okay. That was unbelievable.
Are you telling me that the job of scarecrows is to scare away crows?
By the way, is this all your sun-in era? Is that why your hair's so light? Or that?
Yeah,
is,
my sun-in era was a few years long.
I was gonna say it was a long time.
Yeah.
And I used to, in hindsight, like when it was happening, when I was in it, I don't think I noticed
She's
it.
been totally
But looking
vindicated.
at it now, it's like your hair is fucking yellow, dog.
I never noticed it either. I'd be like, yeah, this is, like I would actually be like, it's a bummer this stuff doesn't work.
No, it was working. Yeah, I remember saying that. Like, oh, I guess that's not a thing. It's like it's very clear. It also makes your skin pinker.
Oh yeah.
You look super pink.
I look
You're
super
pink and yellow. You're a pack of Starburst right now, dude. You're
Pink and
you're
yellow,
honestly-
pink and yellow.
You're pink, yellow. Your mustache and beard's a little bit orange. We just need you to bleed a little
I
bit,
look
and you'll
like
be
an elderly Muslim man. Is it Muslims who do that?
the,
Remember they put like the orange beard?
Yeah, they have, like, the
I
big-
think that's Muslim, right?
I don't know if we're correct, but that's what I thought of. Yeah. I mean that's a clip to show to Miss Pat. Like, what are you? I'm a white guy. No, you pink.
Islam.
Go to Bastardo. This is a deep cut. This is an old school one. This is back when we had callers that would like leave names and nicknames. You know what I mean? Like this guy's like, I'm Bastardo the barber.
Yeah.
John looks 16 here.
Yeah, you look young. Look, you can see I got a sling on. That was during one of my surgeries.
I just want your take on a situation.
Dan looks like a
whether or
school
not
shooter.
I'm a psychopath or
This is outrageous, this story. I don't even know if it's true or not. We got to talk about it.
a genius. So I've been seeing this girl, and we're hooking up quite a bit, and she does not shave down there. So I wanted to switch it up because I have no way
Look
of
at
telling
Dan's
her,
eyebrows
you know,
going.
you have
They're
to shave your
crazy.
pussy. So I go into role play and pretend to be this barber, Bastardo the barber. So in that sense, I not only get to role play, but I get to shave her pussy without making it seem like I'm an asshole. So that's one way to get your
Pretty brilliant.
girl to trim down under. So I just wanted to know if the role playing of a barber is a genius, if I'm crazy and should be locked up in a mental institution. Just let me know.
I'm saying lock this dude up and throw away the key right now.
That's pretty, like, to even name your role-playing barber?
Barber, Bastardo the barber.
brilliant, though.
Here's the thing.
Hang on, you guys don't think he's a genius?
I think there's a
No,
fine
no.
line.
That's exactly what I was talking about when we did the new episode. That you right there, you became that guy again.
What do you mean?
When you were like, so you leave the streaks in the toe
Oh,
ball?
yeah.
It was very like that was your role in the show to be like, well, hang on a second. I think this. Do you agree or disagree? Like that was such a key part of all this because it was always you could take two sides of every fucking argument, and we always had a disagreement, but it wasn't like a fight disagreement. But like, what? I bet you said the phrase. Well, hang on a second, a billion times on this show. You guys don't think he's a genius?
Between genius and insanity, John. I think. Okay, let me talk this through.
I thought this was clear-cut genius.
I think it is a very awkward conversation to have if you're hooking up with a chick who doesn't shave. Or she misses spots like back by her butt's hairy, you know what I mean? When that shit happens, it's definitely awkward to be like, yo, because basically you're saying like, yo, you're gross. Like that's disgusting. You disgust me. Fix that. That's an awkward situation. I can get why people don't want to do that. You know what's way more awkward than that? Shaving a girl's pussy.
Yes! I would be so scared!
I would be terrified!
I'm not saying it's normal.
I'd be like one of those Nigerian warlords that fucking circumcises women. What the fuck are you doing, dude?
There's
You
clips and lips.
can't bring a razor to a pussy? That's crazy! That's insanity!
Dude, you don't forget how to shave just because it's
Do
on
you think
someone
the
else.
pussy is so much more sensitive and fucked up like this? I don't know!
What are you talking? Dude, when I'm only like careful on like just like.
And then you're just gonna do it dry?
I'm like, what's up?
You're gonna do it dry? Like, if this is in the shower, maybe, but this is gonna be dry?
I'm assuming he's a good barber and uses shaving cream.
Yeah, I understand, but still, dry skin is tough, dude.
I don't think he's pretending to be
That's
idiot.
also a thing. That's also a thing that would happen with this show where like this is already a weird enough argument discussion to be having. But then Dan's like, "You're gonna do it dry?" And it's like, "Whoa, wait, whoa, no." I mean, why'd you like?
Yeah.
It's just funny to think that we all kind of had different things going on in our heads. Like, no, I pictured it with shaving cream, dude. Like, I just gotta go in there raw with a razor.
In the stirrups, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, everybody has their own vision of it. Wait, I was gonna say we can't play the full 5 minutes, but this is good. Keep going.
Hey, barber.
You don't wet your face a little before you I mean, you gotta get a little bit of moisture.
Oh, he does the whole fucking thing. He does the whole routine. He's Bastardo. Bastardo, whatever his name is.
Listen. The answer to his question and what he needs to do is pretty fucking simple. He just needs to go total bald himself. Shave his balls, shave his whole fucking package. I'm talking clean shaven to the max, bick it, and then show up, and she'll get the clue. If you show up totally bicked, and she's got a hairy bush, that the conversation then comes up.
Can you rewind this to when he? This is another thing that would happen. When he declares, here's what you got to do, I think both of us were expecting something a little more like, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. I think because there's dead silence when he first says, you got to shave your balls. And I think we were like, okay. I'll hear it out, but I don't think that was the...
Shitty barber.
You don't wet your face a little before you... you got to get a little bit of moisture.
Oh, he does the whole fucking thing. He does the whole routine. He's Bastardo, whatever his name is.
Listen. The answer to his question and what he needs to do is pretty fucking simple. He just needs to go total bald himself.
Dead silence.
Shave his balls, shave his whole fucking package. I'm talking clean shaven to the max, bick it, and then show up, and she'll get the clue. If you show up totally
I agree with that.
and she's got a
it would start the conversation for
a stark difference.
What happened here?
This is what I do. Yes. What would you say is the best way to approach this topic? Would that work if someone all of a sudden? I also think it's a little weird. I think a guy who's fully bicked is weird. You better be a male porn star or from Spain or something.
Yeah.
You're just a regular dude. Primarily because, bless you. Bless you.
There's another one in there.
There is nothing less attractive than a flaccid situation, fully shaved. You took my little Irish dick, and it's just smooth.
There's something alien about it.
Yeah. If a guy, what's the best way to do this?
I actually don't
I do feel it's almost really common and expected and accepted at this stage with women.
Yeah.
Right? Or
yeah.
not, for me, at least growing up, it was kind of a 50-50. At least when we were younger, where it was is a girl going to do that? Or also there's so much ass play going on that everybody knew to get everything. Yeah. When I was growing up, it was sort of in the front it's good, in the back it's a disaster. That's why I brought that up for a very specific reason. I feel now, waxing, and it's all just very commonplace, so maybe it's not as much of an issue, but I think this was a delicate thing for guys to navigate back then.
I actually don't know. It almost has to be...
Because you don't want to offend, you know?
Yeah.
But be yo, your bush, get rid of that shit. I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe we even talk about it. I think we said, get her a gift certificate for, waxing or something like that. It's here you go, baby. And then it's
I would,
get the hint, and then you don't have to pay for it. It's, kind of the best way to do it, right?
Yeah. Maybe, watch porn together. That's fully
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah.
What you need to do is watch porn together and somehow have big bush on the page and be well, we're not watching that. Yeah. We're not watching that, right? That would be gross if we watched that. Bastardo. Let me see the list. I want to see if there's a couple others that jog my memory. I cried about my brother. We're all family, but I think one of the most wholesome clips ever from this show, the Woza Cardoza.
Yeah, I
really... oh my God. Bro, you have so many looks on this show. I was thinking about it, especially because I shaved recently and I've cut my hair short again. I think I look pretty similar, you know? I don't know if you're younger, older, you have a million looks, dude.
I think it's crazy that people who work here don't do this. I've said it a million times. I'm
don't grow everything out. And just
who cares?
Yeah, it's not
you don't have a fucking client you have to report to.
Right.
You don't have a fucking
dress code or whatever.
Yeah, they're you should look
This is not the Yankees.
Aren't you a little bit curious what you look like with a fucking ridiculous beard? Figure it out. Just let it grow and figure it out.
Dude, your beard was so
Once again, I look like an old Islam man.
Yeah. You're like Adnan, dude. Yeah. This one was one of our biggest clips ever. Early on in clip culture, this did didn't it do 100
I would say it's by far the biggest clip.
I think it's
I think it's
tens of millions.
I don't even think it's a good clip. I think it's a good story. I don't think it's a good clip.
Let's see. I don't remember the actual clip.
I just don't think I told the story well this time.
I was younger. My dad used to trying to convince us that his best friend growing up was a man named Woza Cardoza. Like, he'd tell us stories about Woza Cardoza. And then as we got older, what he started doing was he'd go into gas stations, he'd buy one of those name things for like $5, and he'd sign it, Woza Cardoza, and he'd come running out to the car.
Look!
He'd be like, kids, Woza was just here! It was like 8. I was like, God, we miss Woza! And then I'd be like 13, and I'd be like, wow, how are we always just missing Woza? Like, we used to like fight with my dad, like, Woza's not real! Woza's not real! What do you mean Woza's not real? He's on the wall! And I was like 20, and I was like, I don't know if Woza's real. I was at the Newport St. I was at a bar at Newport St. Patrick's Day Parade this weekend, and they had those kind of things that you could buy.
Did you do it, or was it
So
already?
I took a picture and I texted it to
That's awesome.
my dad and my siblings, and my sister just goes, "Don't even start with this." I was younger. My dad
and the karate during the drive-through.
Yeah.
Those are the two most wholesome Feidelberg stories. What is that one you just had to do karate moves while in the drive-through?
He had to do it. He would do it, and it would fucking drive me nuts. I'd be in the passenger seat, like kicking the fucking dashboard. Stop doing it! He's like, you gotta know the karate, guys.
I remember when you told that story. My version of that is the marshmallows thing that I make my kids before they eat a marshmallow. I have to throw it to them and they catch it. And that was just the rule. It's like before you have a marshmallow, you have to earn it by catching it. And I would throw it to them. And they're still doing it to this day.
Really?
And they know it. They don't like believe it. But like the other day, I was on FaceTime with them, and they were gonna do s'mores at their mom's house. And I said, "Ooh, s'mores are good. Like, do you have the marshmallows? You know the rule." And they were like, "Mom, we gotta throw the marshmallows. I gotta throw and catch." And I'm sure she was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But it still lives on. Now we're catching it in the mouth. So instead of catching it regularly, you gotta,
they catch it in the
when
mouth
they were
now?
babies, it was like you could just catch it. Now it's like
You were just spiking it at their faces.
what was the Cardoza though? That was a big one. Fellas, we all have one of the smallest dicks in the room, and so we all need a little bit of help. And that's where BlueChew comes in. And BlueChew's been doing it for a long time. Just as long as we've been podcasting, BlueChew has been providing dysfunction pills, erectile dysfunction pills for the people. They've taken it up a level with I was about to say Barstool Gold. With BlueChew Gold. BlueChew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. It's not your grandpa's little blue pill. It's a 4-in-1 beast, setting the gold standard for performance. 2 ingredients for blood flow that keep your rocket pumping, like physically you get the blood in there. And then 2 more ingredients, the apomorphine and the oxytocin turns up your arousal so your brain matches the blood flow in your brain is matching the blood flow in your other brain. So it all works. It's not just physiological, it's mental and emotional so that you're in the mood and aroused. And then when you go to perform, you got the best from your little guy. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. Right now, you can get 10% off your first month of BlueChew Gold with promo code KFC. Head to BlueChew.com. Promo code KFC. Get 10% off your first month of BlueChew Gold. And hit up BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And thank you to BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast all these years. All right, so we'll do a couple more voicemails. I mean, Jackie and Paz really put together a very extensive list, and looking at them, there's just so many great ones to play. But there's a couple more that we can't wrap up without reminiscing.
Dude, also, shout out fucking Trig. Trig used to draw these.
Trig Draws is one of the greatest artists of all time. The Triggs of the world, the Milmores of the world, Quiggses of the world, some of the artwork and the clips and the edits that have been made over the years. Truly, now that we're like in social media clip era, it's like blatantly obvious and a necessity. But at the time when it was like we just write blogs and we do audio, they were like, they kind of pioneered this shit.
Yeah,
they kind of were like, they created the clips culture because you started to realize like, oh, wait a minute, this like well-drawn, ridiculous cartoon with our voices over it is as a 2-minute clip is performing way better than the whole podcast is.
Yeah.
So it's like that they really were very instrumental. I think Barstool's legacy is going to be like being trailblazers without meaning to be. like a lot of times, like a lot of these entrepreneurs, like the Gary V's of the world, those people are like, here's what I think's next, and we're doing it, and then they could be like, I told you so. I think we were kind of just like, I don't know, we're doing this thing, and it's like, oh yeah, wait a minute, this ended up being like a revolution. I didn't even fucking realize. But this was one of them, and this voicemail might be the most, out of all of our ridiculous sex ones, this might be the funniest.
So I'm having sex with this kid, and haven't had sex with him for 2 years.
Stop it already. So I'm fucking this kid.
Yeah, comes across a lot better when it's a girl speaking, but in general, nobody should be saying that. Yeah.
All right, guys, what's up? Long time, first time. So I'm fucking this kid, right?
Yeah, but you know what? When you hear the details of this, he was a child.
Yeah.
So I'm having sex with this kid, and haven't had sex with him for 2 years. And he used to do this all the time when I wasn't on birth control. He would pull out, and I would tell him to come wherever he wanted, and he would always choose his hand. He would come in his free hand. And now he's doing the same exact thing. I mean, we're 2 years down the road. We're like mid to late 20s, and this kid is pulling out and coming in his hand. So basically, my question is, how do I get this guy to come on me? I mean, he can literally wherever, even face at this point. How do I get him to do that? He thinks it's disrespectful, and anytime I bring it up, he refuses.
Oh, is that why don't forget stuff going? He was like, "Stop coming in your hand, asshole!" Like, grow up. I mean, I remember that being like. First of all, it was very funny because in the actual video, I'll try to track it down. Maybe we can add it for the edit, but. We fell out of our chairs.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Jared was on the show that day, and he doesn't say anything. And I talked to him afterwards about it, like years later, and he was like, I could tell that this was like a moment for your podcast, and I wanted it to be like your guys' thing and not have the guests like kind of ruin it. And I was like, that's good foresight because it obviously was legendary, but it was just such a like when you're in your 20s or anytime. Having sex with some girl who says like you can come anywhere is like the dream. In here, in there, on this, like that's like your entire like goal as a young man is to get to that. And this guy had it and just did nothing with it.
I like the idea of it coming like he's turning himself off into a different hand.
Yeah, the way she said free hand is so funny. Because if it's all just one thing, but it's like intentional, like put the tube in. It's like pumping gas, Put it in the thing.
He's like an NBA.
Fuck my brother in his
or NFL like an athlete. Don't athletes do that? Like they like tie their condom off.
So yeah. You're not getting this. This is going right.
Hang on, lady. You're not getting my free cum.
Wouldn't that be funny? I also we don't have a clip of this, but. I have a tweet saying we dubbed her Cum Girl. We said like Cum Girl's on the next episode, and there was like a follow-up. It was like a whole saga.
Really?
And I don't remember what it was, but I wonder if she convinced him to do it, or because for all I know, I would love to hear from Cum Boy. Maybe his side of the story was like, dude, she's a lunatic.
Yeah,
who tries
maybe
to,
his side of the story was, I'm not trying to get a chick pregnant, guys. Oh no, she
was like,
she was acceptable on me. Was fine. Yeah, that's right.
But maybe he was like, yeah, this chick's trying to like get knocked up, and I know her game. I'm coming to my hand and keeping that for myself.
Shulman on the show too? Is that the same episode?
What's this? Oh, this is a classic. This is a Feidelberg classic.
Fuck my brother. Fuck my brother and his stupid girl and this fucking bitch. Fuck all of these people. Are you kidding? I can't stop saying that. Are you kidding me? Spaghetti arms. This is insanity.
Do you remember this?
I remember spaghetti arms. I don't remember the situation.
It was
fuck my brother.
I don't know why we have all the details about brothers and sisters and fuck the whole family, but I'm pretty sure this all originated from a voicemail of would you rather have noodly spaghetti arms or stiff spaghetti, like uncooked spaghetti or cooked spaghetti. And I think he posed the question, and then I guess he must have called back in with like a story about his family or something. I don't know.
I have no idea. I remember spaghetti arms, of course.
Vividly remember. Are you kidding me, spaghetti arms? You were like offended to your core on that one. I don't know if it was about the actual. I remember doing the hypothetical because it was like, well, if you have stiff arms, you can't like bend your elbows at all, but if you have noodles, you can't like do anything with that. Yeah. But I don't know why we were like, fuck your family. But are you kidding me, spaghetti arms is that one's like burned into my brain too.
Spaghetti arms was like that was when I was a listener. I remember that.
Do you remember what the details were?
So the guy calls in. He's like, "What's up? It's your boy Spaghetti Arms."
Yeah, he was like the belle of the ball. Yeah.
But I don't remember. But you were just just like, why the fuck are you describing yourself as spaghetti arms?
Yeah, I think he became like Bastardo the barber, like I said.
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
would be like, yo, what's your boy spaghetti arms? So I don't think it was about the spaghetti arms, but he like called himself that. I'm sure he had some family story, and I think you just hated him being
hated him.
Yeah.
But
I could be completely remembering wrong. I think like he was saying like he's not able to get a girl or something, or he was like saying like I'm trying to like get this girl and I can't do it, and you're like, well, your first problem is that you're calling yourself
Fuck your brother, fuck your sister, fuck your family. Are you kidding me, spaghetti arms? We would be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to all of the hypotheticals that people came up with, because that really was like the culture and the lifeblood of the show. We got a list here of some of the biggest and best ones. Of course, microwave a baby for $10,000 and no one would know. How many seconds would you do? The Christopher Columbus debate we just did. The midget and the rollerblade was like still to this day I don't think I've ever heard anybody else do that one. Or
no, that's also like, would you rather have a rollerblade on one foot or a girlfriend?
a small person with a bad attitude that moves too slow is a girl. What a great like little twist on that question. That joke, it took 15 years to land the punchline, but there it is. This is a classic one. Would you rather come like a pig, which means you have one 30-minute orgasm, or the ability to come like a lion, which is 90 times a day?
That one, I probably always said pig, but boy, it would come in for 30 minutes really fuck up my day.
That's too much. That's too long.
Like,
Anything for 30
we were
minutes.
talking earlier, we're like, look, if I'm going to do Snapchat, that's my whole day.
If I'm come for 30 minutes,
orgasm,
that's my cum day.
I don't have time for shit else, bro.
Would you, whether or not you could take over the world in the year 1200? I remember, if you had a single tank. Yeah, so if you got dropped into like medieval times with a tank. You were always very logical about those. You were like, well, all right, I could kill a bunch of people with a tank, but like then what?
But I also think now like the second I blow up a building, I'll just get out of the tank and be like,
I am your god.
Yes, I'm God.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Right. Yeah. Maybe not that specific one, but there was always like if you could go back in time with an iPhone, could you like, invent all the technology and cure the world and stuff? And you're like, I just sit on my iPhone and scroll Twitter. I don't even use this thing. Why would I be able to take over the world?
Bro, I don't know how to use the pictures app on this goddamn phone. Like, what are you talking about?
What's the oldest age you could beat everyone up in that age in the world? That was a good one too, because there's always like one 8-year-old in Russia who's like punching a tree.
But they're all like 8 years old. They're the size of this fucking bottle.
Well, this is
I don't know why this just made me think of that, but another great Rico line was, "We'll see what happens once I got 3 Coronas in me later tonight."
Yeah, that was good. He goes. Talk to me later when I got 3 Coronas in you and I stuff you in a closet.
The oldest age, I would still. I don't think my oldest age I could beat everyone up. I don't think that's really wavered. I think it's still probably 10.
You think there's an 11-year-old that could beat you up?
Probably.
I think you sell yourself short. Me, yes. I think you could beat up every like.
It's just a size thing though. Like honestly, the answer is probably more like 6. Because like there is a freakish fucking 7-year-old somewhere.
Yeah, but they're still like you just one punch them and they're done. They're still babies.
Yeah.
I think 12. Because there are like some 6th graders now who are like getting scouted for the NBA and they look like a man, And I still think if you were to just clock them in the face, they would be like, I've never.
First thing I do, any kid I'm fighting, right to the knee.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I don't know why I was thinking that too.
Take away his ability to move. Now you're in my world, kid.
It's like you're torturing him.
You got
like, dude, you were supposed to just beat him up. Why are you pulling out his fingernails?
You got a bad limp, your hip hurts. Now we'll have a fight, bud.
Yeah. Now you're on my playing field. I always think about when Joe Rogan was talking about, like, somebody was talking shit to him, and he was talking about, like, talking shit on podcasts is very different than, like, face-to-face, and they would never say this to my face, and he was sort of like, he goes, I'll break both your arms and leave you right fucking there, dude. And I think John just snapping the arms of, like, 6th graders, being like, now what? Now you don't have any legs or arms, motherfucker. Would you rather wait on a platform for a train that will never come, or wait for the microwave to never finish while heating your meal up? That's an interesting one.
It's an interesting one for sure.
I think I would rather deal with the microwave, because at the end of the day, I'd be like, all right, I'll just eat my cold food. When you are commuting in New York and you're waiting for a subway, and like when they instituted like how many minutes are left, that was the world's changer.
Yeah,
because And it's never any more, unless it's like late night or you're taking a weird line. Sometimes that's like 14 minutes. It's never any more than like 5.
It's like 4 minutes max.
But those 4 minutes feel like an eternity. And when you don't know, and you see a light coming, you're like, no, that's the express or whatever. When you feel a gust of wind, you're like, it's almost here, and it's not. That one is brutal. How long would it take you to eat through an entire grocery store is a great one. That's a classic. I still don't really know the answer. You could tell me. Yeah, I mean, like a scientist who could figure this out could tell me that it would take like months or like decades, and I'd be like, okay, I don't know.
Everything would expire
way before you could do it. Yeah. Would you?
Is that one Mr. Beast did?
I think
he did something similar to that one.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
That's the one I think it was.
Sometimes I wonder if fucking Jimmy is just sitting at home watching KFC Radio Hypotheticals. Like, let's make this happen. How long would it take you to drink all the water in an above ground pool? I just picture
less than a grocery store.
You're sitting there like biting the water,
like Beer Fest.
Yeah, until it's just gone around you. Yeah. Would you rather start every conversation or have every conversation started by someone else?
Oh, easy. Started by someone else. Easy.
Yeah, you're probably right, but
that's basically that's a way I live my life right now.
I do that.
Yeah,
but. No, that's the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to end up in a lot of bad conversations where you're like, why are we talking about this? And it's like, oh, yeah, because I am not allowed to start my own conversations. But that's
right, because of this fucking fictional hell I live in.
Goddamn genies, keep fucking with me. Stranded in Jurassic Park or Jumanji. That was a heated debate as well.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Jurassic Park's not actively trying to kill you.
Everything in Jumanji, down to like the grass, is trying to kill you. It's like in Jurassic Park, stay away from the raptors. You could like hang out with the brontosaurus. And you're fine. like 75% of the park is probably okay.
Yeah,
there's just a few problems with the herbivores. No, the carnivores. Yeah. Oh, and here's a good one. Oh, that's actually a twist. I was gonna say, are there more porn stars or murderers? That was a big one. This one is, are there more porn stars or dead bodies in the ocean? The fuck is that one? Porn stars or murderers? We got legs out of that. That was like guests asked that question, and like we talked about. And I still don't. Nowadays, if you include OnlyFans and shit,
it doesn't.
It's lights out.
It's a lot harder now.
If you're talking like vivid pictures, Vixen, Brazzers, that sort of shit. There's far less of those, and I think, as always, we go back to murderers are the people that we caught and we know of. There's a lot of people getting away with murder.
That's not most of them.
Right. A lot of them just murder and they're gone, and they're like, I'm a murderer, and no one knows it. Much like, OnlyFans anonymous girls. But those were the type of, brain teasers that kept us up for like a decade at night. Be sitting there, man, I can't believe John thinks it's murderers. Definitely porn stars. This fucking idiot. I can't wait to talk to him tomorrow. The hypotheticals were a great one. The video voicemails was a great era. Getting to put a face to everyone's voice and name. Yeah,
I forgot that wasn't like that's
that wasn't standard.
That wasn't standard. Yeah, like that was pretty recent. 3 years, maybe
within a few years. Yeah. And then sometimes I think maybe it was a bad move to go away from voicemails, but like anything else, it was kind of natural. Where it was just like we didn't have the excitement for it.
Yeah,
we had done every silly conversation, but I also think that like what, the show probably would have taken a different turn. I think if I were to open up voicemails now with our audience, they would be like, my kid is doing XYZ, and like, what do you think I should do as a parent?
Yeah,
it could have been interesting, but it just would not have been the same show. I think we kind of all aged out of that. Well, I want to wrap up on this. Do you have any regrets?
Regrets? No. Things I do differently, of course.
Well, I guess the semantics game. Like, there's nothing that like I'm like.
But the things I do differently isn't major. The things I do differently, like anything, a regret, I think is something major.
Yeah,
I do. Of course, I do little things differently. I wish, like, I've said this a few times now. I think I have a better understanding of interviewing now. That I probably wish I could have done a little bit better on for some people.
But also in our defense, and this is the whole story of Barstool, when you don't have a PR team and a management team and there's no training or anything, and we had such a meteoric rise where it's like most people, by the time they're getting to sit down with A-list superstars, have been doing it for like 30 years.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for like 2. And it was like, here, interview this like incredibly seasoned and wildly successful actor. And I'm sure, and I think a lot of time, I still maintain, and I think unless they're all lying to us, we had a lot of people, the vast majority would leave the studio being like, that was really fun.
I was gonna say
really good. I so much better than my other interviews. Oh, I'm dreading the next one I have to go to. Publicists would follow up and be like, yo, he said that was his favorite of the year. So I think we did do a good job, but I'm also sure maybe part of that was that they were like, oh, these motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about.
But like everything, right? Like I almost wouldn't want to be able to do it better because I don't even know if it's better. Like it was perfect for what it had to be.
Yeah,
you're 100% right. People come in on all the time, be like, "This is the greatest fucking thing I've ever done."
Yeah,
Hellfree just did it 6 days ago.
Right.
Like,
he was like, "This is what." I guess there are people if you're just used to like the old school interviews, they don't even know it can be like this.
Right.
You know. I just hope that that also comes with like. And it was a good conversation.
Yeah,
and you asked good questions, not just like, oh yeah, it's cool. We could put our feet up on the couch. Also, you guys we had a compelling conversation. You know.
But I don't know. I like regrets is just such a hard word.
But maybe not that harsh, but like things that you think we would have like been better off had we done X, Y, Z.
I think we should have put more effort into touring.
Yeah,
I think that one. But like I also wasn't good at it. I wasn't having fun either.
Mm-hmm.
But I always remember OAR always telling me, Jerry in particular, like don't stop touring, tour.
That would be, I think I do have a regret that I think is like a big one in that. I guess the whole like overarching thing would be like to have gone for it more. Like, I think I was like jack of all trades, master of none. I had like 10 different things going on.
Yeah.
And I used to like pride myself on that, and I still do pride myself, but it was also like probably like strategically not the best move. And it's like maybe had I just dropped the radio show, dropped the Mets podcast, dropped the second podcast, dropped the rundown, and we just did much like I always give credit to Riggs and Foreplay, like we're doing golf.
Yeah.
And if it was like, you know what, and I guess this is my big regret, or my big like the only disappointing part is I think we had a really big head start on people. And I feel like we fumbled in that sense. Like when I look at the other people who started in our era, they ended up they're almost all like, I shouldn't say all, because I'm sure there's a bunch that were like us that maybe didn't, but they all become like mega stars, you know? And I'm like, I see similar shows that are thriving, and I'm like, that was us and could have been us. Why wasn't it us? And I run through my head of like, we should have committed to touring more, or we should have gone 5 days a week, or fuck everything else and just do all your content here. I always wanted to be on YouTube earlier. Those things like that where it's just like when you have a head start and the world kind of catches up to you, you feel like we should have kept that
for
distance,
sure. But also, how could you possibly have a regret?
No,
right?
Yeah.
How where it started, where things went.
Never. And that's also the thing is not having a plan. Like when that's not your plan and your goal, you're like, I don't know, I'm just gonna go wherever it takes me, you know. And but yeah, I would have like I would love to have been a part of the Netflix conversation. I would have loved to be one of these people who can sell out the Garden because we kept touring. I think we did a good job with guests, but we could have just like kept doing more of that maybe. And so, but those aren't really regrets. Those are just like, I wish things were a little bit better, like anything else in life. But if you told me there was a world where if we went for it more or whatever, and it meant that I don't like have the same love for this show and feelings for it that I do. Like if you told me, okay, you guys are going to be able to like sell out the Garden, but it's going to come at the expense of like everybody kind of hated doing it and it became work and we were like, we're making money and we're successful, but like this sucks.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would have signed up for that because I really enjoyed every single time I did it. It was not like maybe one episode here or there, but there was never a chunk of time that I was like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore.
It was very, very shockingly easy.
Yeah, it was easy. It was easy.
Like the greatest gift of it is like, I haven't had a job my whole life. I'm gonna have a regret, bro. Yeah. Do I have regrets?
Yeah.
No, man. I've never had a job.
How can you have a regret when you don't have a job?
Dude, I get up every day and I do whatever the fuck I want and make cool shit with my friends. No, I don't have regrets.
All right, we'll wrap up. I want to thank you guys. I think they were. I think, kind of saved a lot of things in my mind.
I would agree with that very strongly.
Because I think maybe there was a period of time where I was about to be sick of it. And then they, brought some youth into it.
I compared you guys, not to your faces, obviously, but to, Charlie McAvoy. when Charlie McAvoy came in to the Bruins and added 3 to 5 years on Zdeno Chara's career, where it was like everyone was just like jacked up to play with like the new puppy, and he's like, dude, this guy makes this shit fun again. Yeah, like that was 100% you guys.
You infuse some youth, some energy. Like you both are very passionate and good at what you do. It was like having someone hands on that was like. Even just up until like right now, like Jackie was like, "What are we doing next?" And Pat was showing me designs for like a new studio, and I didn't even ask for it. And like, they're ready to just keep going. I think without that, it probably would have like gotten stale or whatever, you know.
Without you two, absolutely, like by far.
I want to share my favorite KFC radio story, my favorite day. I guess.
Look at Jackie.
It was when we flew out to LA. We got to LA, and then Jackie brought us to that sushi spot that was on the highest hill in LA.
we climbed a mountain.
And the
I took my shirt off. I was sweating so much I took my shirt off. I was like, "We're gonna dinner when we get up here."
We were hopping over fences to get there.
When we got there, we were like, "Water." We needed water. The bartenders were like, "Here you go." Like, and then we said something like, "We just walked up here," and he was like, "We said, how many people do you think have walked up here?" And he was like, 0.
He went 0, and I went 4.
Yeah. To this day, we're the only people to have walked to that restaurant at base camp.
He's so sure it's like 0. It's like, wrong, buddy.
Dinner was great though, and then afterwards we went back to our hotel, and like you could see the Hollywood sign from the rooftop. That we went up there, and like a random sick band was playing, and it was packed. And then me and John drank until 4 in the morning, and then that was the night that I got caught in my underwear in the middle of the house.
You got stuck in the lobby.
And I woke up the next morning. I called you because I like couldn't sleep. I was so anxious. I called you, and like you got breakfast with me. I told you the whole story. That night I went on stage, and like that was my first time, and like I was just thinking to myself, like I was like, wow, there's something, like you got yourself involved in something really special here. Where flashback a year before that, I was getting out of college, and I had absolutely no idea what I was going to do. Like, I had really never cared about anything that much my entire life. Where like I liked basketball, I got into film a little bit. I was just editing basketball videos. I had no idea what I was going to do, and then I felt a purpose and a motivation here that I'd never felt my entire life, and I just really want to thank you guys, and I hope that one day I can make you guys proud and pay it
you
back
already
in
did,
some
dude.
way,
You already did, man.
Yeah,
but
you're good.
It really means the world.
That is it's a very like touching, funny thing to be like. So that moment that I got stuck in the lobby of my underwear was when I knew I was a part of something special.
It is such a
but
weird...
It's true, though. It was like, and I hope it felt like, I remember, I would imagine you probably had some panic, but like, I hope it was like, I mean, there was never a doubt. It was just like, yeah, this is funny. Like, it was never gonna be like, oh, bro, you got to clean it up. Or something. It's like, oh, we got material for tonight. Like, it's all a good thing,
It was an awesome thing to be able to turn your failures or your most embarrassing moments into like, what would be,
brother. That's the one thing I think we can take credit for. We gave the internet the blueprint on how to turn negatives and positives, make your shitty life into content. You can always laugh about it, man. Yeah.
I also remember that trip. Like you guys were like, my parents had come too, and my mom was just talking about this last night because she was getting emotional about the ending, because like she was saying that she was so worried sick when like I went, because I went like in the middle of college, like senior year, which like was a normal time to go, but I'm kind of like an irresponsible whatever. And then she was just like, can I just like send my kid off into the world, like East Coast, whatever. And then like she was just so grateful that it was like I found like my family here, whatever. With you guys like looked out for me, and like I literally had like the most random roommates or whatever, but like you guys were like,
what was it, like an Albanian or
something?
I
was like the
that?
Turkish woman and like the French man and like the other guy or whatever. But and then you guys just like instantly like I didn't even realize like what a blessing it was to have like a family here. Like I would hear other people complaining, being like, oh, like this person's a nightmare to work with or whatever, but I just like always had like the best. You guys are like, there were so many times when like I was crying in the studio and you guys were like so sweet to me, and just I like cannot thank you guys enough.
I think that feeling was mutual though, because especially with all the pivoting, it was like when it was like the three of us, it was like, all right, me, you, and Dan have a show, and then like when he left, it was like just us, and then Nick came in, and it was like but it was kind of like an added thing. So at one point I felt like it was just me and John.
Yeah.
You know, and we could have just done that forever. But it doesn't have the same feel as like a team. Like I have a team of producers and they each play their role in the work, but also just like in the dynamic of the group. That made it feel like, all right, we have a team that I can like go into this next era with, like, and be like a franchise, you know?
I would say this probably sounds very counterintuitive because we're ending the show. I would say this wasn't the best version of the show, but this is the best team that put the show together.
Yes,
for
agreed.
sure.
Agreed. 100% agreed. And that's not the best version. Is more just like a serendipity thing, and Dan's such a talent, it's a timing thing. But as far as like when I felt the most comfortable, I never really even like.
And it's not to
not taking away from anybody else.
Not taking away from anybody else. It's just the way I feel with the four of us in the room is just didn't have the same feeling with other people.
I've always said that you need to be like comfortable around your producers first and foremost, and like I was never embarrassed to be on camera in front of you guys or to mess up in front of you guys or ask, you know, anything I've ever asked of
no
you guys did.
For you two.
Don't give a fuck about their opinion. And then there's you, bro.
Wait. Never mind. Nothing. I got nothing. There's nothing to like. It feels weird to like even say anything. Like we're walking the same way. It's all like we're all going down the same street, dude.
Yeah, it's a big awkward goodbye. Like, oh, you're going to your car too? Okay.
Like, fuck, you're parked up there.
Yeah,
we're going the same way.
No, but it was very it was important. I think it was very cool to add somebody who was like an intern in the beginning. And then become like a full partner, and it's cool.
I
hate how much I'm like once or whatever is like a little sentimental. Now it's like, all right, dude, you're just fucking doing a podcast, like you said. It's like, shut up.
No, I'm insanely lucky to be here.
Yes, good. Yeah, thank God.
No, we were talking about it the other day with like how on the Booze Cruise, like if you just didn't like my joke, I never would have been here.
Yeah,
and like there's 10,000 things. 10,000 things in my life and my career. I wouldn't be here if Kevin Clancy didn't make a certain decision. So I'm very, 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 very lucky to be here. And it's fun.
It was fun. It was a great ride. That feeling is mutual, though, because it's like I could have probably tried to do the podcast by myself, but I really needed like a partner, like a ride or die to do it with me. And you were that guy. And then I don't think like there's not many shows that I think could have survived losing a talent like Dan. And then whether, like you said, the best iteration of it, or the best, I'm sure there's many people who think like that was the best form of it. But like undeniably, like the biggest and the most successful and money-wise and opportunity-wise and guests and all that occurred when it was us. And I think there's a lot of other people where that show would have just been kaput after a change like that. And I think the fact that we only continued to go up, at least in all those other metrics, I think is a testament to what me and you have. And I also am so grateful that there is no beef, no drama, no behind the scenes fighting, no like, you know, I feel like every other duo you hear, oh, they couldn't even be in the same room unless they were recording and like all that stuff. And there has never even been like a shred of that.
Like
I don't think I've ever even been like frustrated with you or like anything like that, let alone mad or fighting or, you know, it's always just been like really fucking easy.
I saw someone saying that recently about some couple or something like that, and they're like, if you're not fighting, you're not a real couple. And I was like, I don't fucking think that's true, dude.
Yeah, right.
I don't fight with Kevin. I don't fight with the good relationships in my life. Like, you know what I mean? The people I have a good relationship with, we don't fight.
Right.
And that's been 16, 17 years of never having a fight.
And so maybe that's rare or lucky, like other people don't find that, or when they do find it, they fight and pick fights or whatever it is. It was lucky, and I think it was like natural, whatever reason, we just like fell into place, and I never questioned it. Like since the joke about the shovel hitting you in the dick and the magician's answer, I was like, yeah, this guy's it. And then from there, it was like 15 years of success and fun. So, you say like if I didn't like your joke, maybe none of it would have happened. But I liked your jokes. I did. I thought your jokes were good, and it turns out the rest of the world agrees because we've had a great deal of success. So, thank you guys.
I love you guys. I truly love you all very, very much. I mean, the people listening. I mean, the people in this room more than the people listening, to be honest. But
it is
but
interesting,
the people listening
though,
as well.
Everybody thanks their fans, and I understand that, and I do mean it. But also for a show that the fans were like a part of, like a third host or a fourth host at times. Like they were the fabric of the show. They pointed the direction of the show. They grew with us. We grew with them. The content changed as they changed and everything. So they deserve even more so than your average normal. Like thanks to the fans, they were a very important part of it. But yeah, you guys are the one that made it all happen for me, and I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate it too.
Love you guys.
I love you. I love you guys. Give me a hug.
I love you. Good run. 15 years. See you later.
I gotta pee.
What up, Stoolies? Here we go. It's the first Barstool voicemail podcast. I got huge headphones on my head, wires everywhere, a microphone in front of my face. Still not really sure what the fuck I'm doing.
College is a 4-year funeral for your dreams. That's it.
I can still type, and I can still like waddle over and get Dan run back.
This is Jay Cutler. You listen to KFC Radio.
No, not what I meant. I meant like with guys.
Really embarrassing.
I don't have any money. I have none.
Barber, Bastardo the barber. I mean, here's the thing.
Hang on, you don't think he's a genius?
Gay guys should do everything. Give them the keys to the world.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yours are more. Yours are pretty long. I got
and I soup and sandwich for lunch. This is a completely normal order.
I said.
Oh, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it.
We're in New England County, Atlanta. We got fucking plenty of bears out there.
How's that investment going, John? Seen any dividends yet?
No, I heard there was a fucking hurricane.
Come on, next.
Come on. Pull up.
All right, this is a thing I've been thinking about for a while.
Fellas! I got the smallest dick in the room.
Gave it a wiggle, and then she flipped him over, put it in his mouth.
Where the fuck am I booked? Went on a cigarette banana break, John?
Stick around, by the way, because after I'm done, we have a special act afterwards. A couple guys that have been working with me for a while. I have this thing, KFC Radio. I don't know if anybody's heard of it.